We're now tuned into Somewhere in the Middle with Soonie and Mo.
Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay.
Hey, Don on the beat.
Ay, I got so many ups.
Everywhere I go, I
got so many ups.
so many y'all.
I know they plotting against me. I know it's hate, they wanna kill me, but please don't tempt me, cause I got so many glocks. Ay, ain't none of them empty. Jesus said they would hate me too. That's how I know it's envy. I got so many ups.
Sorry. I'm like chewing and trying to talk at the same time. My fault.
Problem. That's a problem that everybody has. We always try to chew and talk at the same time. What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I just want to make some announcements, some housekeeping announcements here. Number one, what's up, everybody in the chat? Thank you for coming early and like lighting up the chat, chit-chatting in the chat. Soonie is about to throw up our Venmo really quick because we always do it at the end of the show. We're going to put it up here because we still trying to get our equipment. And you know what else I was thinking today, by the way, that this money can also go towards me being able to take trips out to places like Temecula where they have been asking for us to go. So just keep in mind that this is like a catch-all for everything. If you guys want to donate, just hold your phone up to the screen, scan that, or you can type in somewhere in the middle on YouTube. And I'm sorry, not on YouTube, on Venmo, and you can find us and give us a little change. All right, you can take that down now. Cool. I also went live this morning on my own channel, Let's Talk Darling. By the way, I'm reviving it. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm definitely going to go do 2 shows a week. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a daytime show on the days that we normally do this show to kind of like warm everybody up, get everybody excited on some topics. And then they can join us in the evening if they want for this show. So we're going to see how that works. I'm going to play with it. And oddly enough, today is my channel's 9th birthday. I have been around at Let's Talk Darling for 9 years. I just got a notification that it is my birthday. So give a happy birthday to the Let's Talk Darling channel because 9 years, I should have a lot more followers. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hey, Shelly, you just sent us a $10 Venmo. I just got the notification. Thank you so much, Shelly. See you guys? I can shout you out right here now. Soonie, you got any housekeeping items?
I have an awesome shirt that you guys should pay attention to all show. And you should actually be looking at this shirt. I'm going to be wearing this anytime I go live at this point. And this is special for today's show. Well, here's the catch. We can sell this shirt. We can also sell this shirt. But you have to make a demand for it. Because you know what Liddell's going to say? Why, Soonie? Why?
Oh,
Does
true.
this make sense? So we got to literally make sense.
She's got to sell. Yeah, she's got to sell this to Liddell, y'all. See, this is the hill we have to climb when we come up with shirts. So you guys need to tell us if you would buy that shirt or not. Either one. I thought it was a little risky. I was like, dang. But, Repeal the 19th seems to be a very popular up and coming phrase. Not thanks to you, though. Not thanks to you.
Who would have known that this would be such a popular take on this side? Holy smokes.
Right. Yeah.
Who would have freaking known? All right, let me bring this camera back up.
So what was I going to say? So we've been telling you guys that we're going to have a Repeal the 19th show today. And we were going to have a guest, but Soonie, she went dark on us. Why do they always go dark?
I don't know. The person that originally was going to do it has a birthday party. It's her son's 11th birthday. So happy birthday to your son. And the other one, I don't know where she is today, but it's all right because we're going to have a fire show with or without them.
Okay. Well, hopefully she gets your message and she's like, hey, I can pop in and get on the show. We were hoping to have her because it was going to be kind of like a let's shock the shit out of Mo segment and bring this like wild woman with these crazy views on to see if I could handle whatever she's got to throw at me.
Funny. It'll happen. Don't worry.
Yeah. But we got some Repeal the 19th crazy women topics to go over with you guys today. So we're sticking with the theme. We will also throw up the link here if you guys would like to call in, because Soonie and I love when you guys call in. And by call, I mean you just click on that link, you join the live that we're here right now. You don't have to be on the camera. You could be without your camera and you just give some input or whatever you want to say.
Whatever you want to say.
Hey, we got somebody from Texas. This is a new name, Aaron Denson. Hey, ladies from Texas. What's up, Aaron?
What's poppin'?
All right. So here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about pearly things. That's one.
Pearly things. Not really a fan.
Me neither.
I've never been a fan, just to give
me neither
a whole lot of context. I don't think you guys have ever seen me really talk about her or share any of her content. So there's that.
Yeah, I don't really like her. I don't really feel one way or another. I mean, there's some things that she says that I agree with and other things I'm just like, you know. But I don't think, honestly, I don't think a lot of her stuff is like that original, to tell you the truth. Like, I think she just has a unique way of presenting information that's already been put out there. We're gonna give an update on this Carly Russell case. The woman who stopped to help a mysterious toddler wandering around on the freeway or on the side of the freeway, disappears and then returns back to her family's home after 48 hours. And let me tell you, I have been scouring the internets. I have been listening to all the information that's been out there. And I'm not talking about like people talking, but like the data that's coming out from the police. And I'm telling you what, none of this makes sense. It's like, Candace said it on her show. It's like Jussie Smollett 2.0 again, except it's a female. I'm starting to think this is a created situation, y'all. I'm sorry.
I can't hop off the porch on that yet.
You can't? You can't? What do y'all think in the chat? Do you believe this, Carly?
Yeah, let us know what you think in the chat.
Yeah. Why? We're gonna talk about it, but just tell me like a little bit, because why?
Because it's all speculation right now. It's just speculating. I think this can go 1,000 different ways, and I'm not going to be married to one opinion. So I just can't hop off the porch on that. I'm sitting and observing, and I'm watching the rest of y'all like, okay, that makes sense, but what about this? I'm considering all factors.
Oh, that just bugs me. It bugs me that you're not kind of coming to one side over the other, just because this doesn't make sense to me. It just, there's too many things. Yeah, it smells fishy. She needs to tell the truth. Nobody's talking about this kid. Anyways, we'll talk about it because I just have a lot. I have a lot of stuff to say about that. Then Soonie found this crazy video on Susan Lawrence. She's the lady that shot the mom whose kids were playing out in her yard and shot her dead when the lady showed up at her door to retrieve her child's iPad. Soonie found the craziest video. And to me, it is completely sad that a woman like this was able to continue doing what she was doing, literally terrorizing the neighborhood.
Yeah. We're going to get into all that.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's even shown this video, so you might be getting
a
exclusive video here. So please make sure you stick around for that portion of the show.
Yeah, for sure. And people, I think, have kind of like let this topic fall to the wayside because it's no longer like a hot topic. But we see things through over here. I'm
trying to see A to Z. I don't need to.
Right.
I want to see all of it.
Yeah.
I'm still paying attention to the Ralph Yarl case too. That's another one.
Oh yeah, that is another one we got to keep in the loop on. Soonie's going to talk about Suki with the good coochie. If you don't know who she is, join the club.
You You know who Suki with the good coochie is.
I
Stop
know
it.
now. I know now, but
The UK know who Suki with the good coochie is. Everybody knows who she is now.
listen, if Soonie ever sends you a video to watch, just know it'll change your entire algorithm. And you'll start getting the most craziest videos you've ever seen. Crazy videos.
It's a guilty pleasure. It's like removing yourself from the ratchetness, but always it's like you crave the chaos. That's the best way I can explain it. So the closest I can get to it is my phone now, because I'm not with my family. I'm nowhere near them.
Yep. Yeah. It's bad. It's bad, y'all. Then we're gonna talk about Tom.
Who is she?
I know. Who is she? You're gonna find out, Grubs. The name should be enough to have you hold on, okay? For more info. Suki with a good coochie. That's what she named herself, by the way.
Yeah.
That's not like a
She
name
coined
we gave.
herself that.
She coined herself Suki with the good coochie, not the bad one. Yeah. I agree. This isn't applying to this particular subject, but this was applying to the last one. But I agree, it does smell fishy. When you got somebody named Suki with the good coochie, you know she needs a cream for that.
Damn.
Okay. You know she needs a cream for that. Bye, JC. All right. Tom Holland, you want to give kind of like a little.
This is a topic we might get into. Tom Holland, who plays Spider-Man and is dating Zendaya, from what I'm understanding, has the world in kind of a frenzy because he is doing a straight homo scene where he is depicting man on man, intimacy. And this is going to be on streaming.
In
TV.
Spider-Man?
No, not in Spider-Man, in a completely different show.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But this is on streaming platforms. Like, we might as well all watch porn now at this point. Because we have to show what gay men do now.
Aren't we pretty much watching porn every day, like with everything that's out there?
Damn,
we literally just announced we're going to talk about a girl named Suki with a good coochie. I think we're there. I think we're there. We have arrived in Pornville.
We got to talk about Adam 22 because that falls in line with repealing the 19th. His wife is a total thought.
Oh my gosh, dude. That is the craziest, like all the memes coming out with like
it's
her
wild,
laying in bed and like the little baby inside her stomach is black because the dude is black. Oh Lord. That is so funny. Speaking of babies, Candace Owens is pregnant. This explains a lot.
Yeah, which explains why she's been earning the badge nonstop. Because, bruh, you have been on it. You, ma'am.
Yeah, she's been different. So she said this is her words, not mine. She's been pregnant pretty much for 3 years straight. And that's wild. I mean, like, if anybody's ever been pregnant, you know what it can do to your hormones. Soonie's like, I was fine when I was pregnant, but
I was pregnant for 3 years straight.
I was crazy with one and good with the other. But if I was pregnant 3 years straight, it would have been, I could have
We was crazy, but our crazy didn't exceed where your husband's patience ended. Like, there was only so much my husband was going to tolerate. Like, I don't care if you're pregnant. That's not how you act. At least this is just my experience. My husband did not just give in to my ridiculous rants.
Oh, my husband was scared. I cried over a grilled cheese sandwich. Like, he was running scared. Okay. But anyways.
This man is built different. I don't know.
That explains, though, why Candace has kind of like seemed to, I don't know, be inconsistent with some of her takes on things. And she's just like all over the place with her topics. Like, she's talking about everything. It's no longer just politics. So it could be an explanation is that she's pregnant.
Excuses.
She's pregnant.
She's making excuses for Candace.
And then last but not least, well, it's definitely not least, and definitely probably not last, we're going to talk about gays against groomers.
Yes.
They're pissing Soonie off.
It ties into repealing the 19th because the founder of Gays Against Groomers is a woman, a lesbian woman at that.
Yeah.
So this all ties into the Repeal the 19th show. I'm not going to click links, but I'm going to show you exactly why women should never be in any leadership position of anything.
Yeah.
Or in control of anything other than their children. And sometimes even that's questionable. but they have to have some form of control in their life, and their family unit is that. That's where their control should start and end. I don't think it should exceed that, and you guys are going to learn why today, and hopefully Repeal the 19th can kind of redeem itself, since Pearly Things came out and made a whole retard mockery of the entire thing. Do you have the clip? That clip irritated me.
I do have
Like,
the clip.
you couldn't articulate yourself a little better. You couldn't really explain. Like, you're going to get into office to remove women. A woman, you don't want women voting, but you want to be voted for by men to get into office to remove women's rights. Like, have I ever said any dumb shit like that?
I mean, you
No.
said some dumb shit, but not like that.
Come on, bro. Look at her. Go ahead and play it, man.
Look at her. I have another thing that she is talking about that I have a problem with, but I'll play this. Is it playing? Why is it not playing? Hold on. I think I may have
no sound.
Why is it not?
Never run again. I swear on this, because I realized that like so many problems come, women ruin. I had this realization. I'm like, we ruin every industry we get into, because we're all about our feelings. We're like, we need everyone to be equal. No, that's not how the world is. It's hierarchy, whatever. And the men understand this. So I'm like, if I could run for something to take away our rights, I would swear I would do it.
First of all, they don't ruin every industry. All right. The teaching industry was great before all this new shit came along. I remember when teachers were actually teachers, and when your teachers didn't play no games with you. So to say that they ruin every industry, I can't agree with that. I can't. I think progressively things change over time and there's influence, but every single industry or everything they touch, I can't agree to that.
I don't agree with that statement, but like when you brought up the school stuff, like I really feel like that's being driven by emotional mothers, because that's all I see in this movement. You know, I in that particular movement, at least. Do they ruin everything they touch? No, there's things that we do great that men cannot do. There's industries that we thrive in that men cannot thrive in.
Right.
But you know, you look at even some of the most successful female branded products, like I think L'Oreal makeup is one of them, right? Those are driven towards females. The person that runs the company is a man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you look at their board, it's primarily men. So can women come up with great ideas and be the great face of things? Absolutely. But I think when it comes to, you know, being decisive, unemotional, making decisions, I think that that's better left up to a man. But I think it's funny that she's like, you know, I might run for president just to, just to get rid of
the right.
Come on. You know damn well if you run for president, you're about to cause problems.
Right. You're not going to get in there and do the noble thing and just solely focus on.
Right.
And that's a very female thing to even attempt to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sure, I'll get in there, but I'll only get in there to take away women's rights. Look, I don't believe women should have as many rights as they do, but I articulate why. I can give you an industry. I can say, well, hey, this LGBTQ movement, the transgender movement, the pushing the hormones on children, the pronouns, that's all driven by women. Absolutely. I can then highlight and say, hey, the drag scene, this is another industry that's really horrible on us. It's spearheaded by women. Abortion, like rape, rape, sorry, you know, fake accusations. We can really get into why, but these goofy takes, I'm sorry, just these goofy takes that she has. And the fact that she's now on conservative media saying this, and conservatives shun the idea. Everybody came out against Bryson when he put up that video and said, if women never voted, Republicans would never lose.
Right.
That's where this whole thing originated from, as far as I go. And why I even started saying it was because of that original TikTok video that Bryson had put out. It's what happened. That's what all I want to know is what happened. Shamika Michelle is saying this. This is why we need to repeal the 19th. Who you get that from?
Right. Yeah.
Why is it okay now?
Exactly. Well,
that's
and
all
then
I want to understand.
when you ask somebody to articulate why they think that, that's how you know that they're not about it really, because they have no idea what they're talking about. You know, to me, it's not so much about actually taking away women's rights to vote, because that's never going to happen. And I think that that's how people take it when you say those words. It's the meaning behind why you think the world would be a better place if women didn't have the right to vote.
Right.
Look at Gavin Newsom. There's a prime example of women voting and what happened.
Voting. And they're voting based on, oh, he looks good. I just like the way he looks. You know how many women I heard say that?
He's handsome.
About Gavin Newsom, that they just voted because he looks good. Listen, all I want to know, and I'm gonna pose this question all through the show. Why is it okay to say edgy things when a certain someone says it? Why does the meaning, the way you translate it, why does all that change? Why are people okay with now considering that women are indeed in control and pushing a lot of this LGBTQ stuff? But when I said it, when I would go after Mario Presents, right? I got so much backlash. Why he's fighting for us, he's helping us, but he shows up at these places with heels on.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Now it's okay to say, well, no, women they're going against their best interests. They're supporting everything degenerate. What's her name? Wake Up with Linda.
Yeah.
You got thousands of views on that. And when I said it, it was the end of the world.
Yeah. But you know what it is? It's like with Wake Up with Linda, you have two very like attractive, big busty Latinas on there, and people tune in for that. I mean, they have great takes on stuff. Don't get me wrong. I love a lot of Linda's stuff. There's some stuff I don't like, but that's the edge to their show. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna keep it real. There's another thing that Just Pearly Things. I was like scouring her page because I don't even subscribe to her, so I don't even know what it is she posts. And I was like, let me just go see what other stuff she's got here. And I saw this one. Okay. And it said, this is her post. And it said, I'm starting a group soon of women and men who want to improve and be wives and husbands. Sign up for my Google form on my story to join. Okay.
Yeah.
Number one, a Google form is a way for her to grab your information.
Right.
And have your data. Right. So I posted this and I said, when did it become acceptable for someone who isn't a wife to give advice on how to become one, let alone to talk to men about how to be good husbands? And I got so much pushback on this because you know what people say? Well, why do you have to do something to be able to give advice?
Oh, God.
Talk about black issues and you're not black. You talk about gay issues and you're not gay. I'm like, first of all, I'm not giving you my opinion on stuff. We're talking factually, okay? And then a lot of the people were like, well, you know, she's citing what other people have said. Okay, well then put it to use in your own life, Pearly Things, and let's see how it works out for you before I sign up for your class.
Listen,
are crazy,
bro. People will get mad at me for saying this is how you should conduct yourself as a wife. Well, you're on live too much. How can you, you're always talking about how to be a traditional wife, a mom. Maybe because I live it out. Maybe because the time zones are different. And what you think is all day is about 2 or 3 hours out of my day for me.
Right.
Like, it's okay for Pearly Things, who hasn't been a wife, who has not secured a husband. It's okay for her to do these things. It's okay for Pearly Things to say repeal the 19th and not even know why you want to repeal it, other than women are bad, because that's all she does is just publicly bash women. Let's be honest about her content. She has a lot of great facts, but all of her content is based on making women outside of herself look a certain way. Look at how she dresses, bro. Like, what man wants that?
She's so plain Jane.
She's basic as fuck.
Yeah. She said, the real question is why you're charging. Okay, so she said older women are misleading younger women. The real question is why you're charging a subscription This is what somebody said to her: to teach women how to be traditional women and wives when you have never been married. This is a guy saying this to her. It's like picking a drug addict off the street and getting him to teach algebra to your kids. You know, I don't know. Like, I think it's funny the people that buy this stuff. It's not just her, it's even like the red pill men, right? All those guys on there. I mean, a lot of them are telling you how to just be as a dude, but I hate when they have these women on their shows and they like bring them up there to like degrade them. Now, I hate a lot of these women are trash, but
Right.
come on.
Let's get real. Come on.
Yeah. Her show. I mean,
Again, why is it cool to follow this type of content now? Before, the red pill, oh, they're cringe. Oh, they don't know how to talk to women. But now you're uplifting a woman at the helm of the red pill community.
Yeah.
Just think of that for a second. Think of Lopez. Think of all the red pill men you hear talk 24/7. Now there's a woman involved in this community.
Mhm.
I thought you guys wanted women who knew how to be
Submissive.
fit, feminine, and friendly, submissive, not talking
Yeah.
too much, not telling men how to be husbands. Like, what's going on?
I don't know. People are confused.
We're in an upside down, very upside down world.
We really
Very
are.
upside down world.
You know what's wild? So we were talking about this the other day, and let me see if I can pull up her page. I don't even remember her name. Oh, I know what it is. So why I asked Soonie, I said, Soonie, why is it okay for these fitness channels that talk about the body and, you know, health and whatever else they want to talk about? It's okay for them to be on their page looking crazy. Okay, so this is my let me just gripe because this is an all lady show, right?
Uh-huh.
I hate pages like this. Okay, so this is this chick down here at the left. This is her now. This was her then. Okay, now she's like showing all these videos while she's flexing, showing her ass, blah blah blah, and then you expect me to believe that this isn't your post baby stomach, especially considering you're in a hospital room. Okay. So you're being misleading about this shit. Number one. Number two, how come when girls that don't have fitness pages, right? They just are Instagram pages and they post pictures with tops on like this, with their ass cheeks hanging out like this, doing sexual things on machines, clearly trying to show off their ass, okay? Because they're not doing any other type of exercise. Why is that acceptable? And so many women like this stuff. But when a girl just wants to do it, she's a hoe. She's for the streets. Like somebody needs to call these types of women out because they're being misleading. This woman has a shit ton of plastic surgery. Okay. She is the trainer to one of the women from the Real Housewives of Orange County. And I just watched a podcast with that woman and she said she had a tummy tuck and she takes Ozempic. Okay. So her trainer, Paulina, didn't do the work on her. Ozempic and her surgeon did the work on her. Thank you. Yes, fam. That's Paulina. And I hate to talk about her like, you know, just using her account because there's so many accounts like this. But I'm so over these fraud women. I'm so over it. I could scream. I could scream. I can't hear you, Soonie.
You can't hear me?
Oh, there now I can.
Okay. Look, this is what I mean by the oh so inconsistent right. They're not consistent in any facet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's okay for babes in Trump, the what do they call them? MAGA babes,
Mm-hmm.
to pose with their boobs out
Right.
and bikinis. Like, it's okay.
Right.
They're not thoughts at all.
Right. But y'all
They're
came
not
after
thoughts.
Kiki.
They're not degenerates.
They came after Kiki. And Paulina, she looks to be a wife and a mother, but nobody's calling her out on her ass cheeks hanging out on the gram. No, because she's a fitness account. I'm just over it.
I'm gonna say what Mitchell would say. It's because she's white.
You know, listen, I normally wouldn't hop on this race train, but choo, okay? With this particular comment in this particular situation, no, and I'll tell you why. Okay, I'll tell you why. Because when I used to be very big and my breasts were huge, okay, it didn't matter what top I wore, it looked obscene, okay? Because there's it's very hard to wear loose clothing and not look like matronly. So, I'm big, but I still want to, feel attractive. So anything I wore accentuated my breasts, okay? I remember at work getting told, you really need to wear like more appropriate tops. And I was like, this is because I'm fat. This has nothing to do with the fact that my boobs are like being accentuated, because there's plenty of skinny chicks here that do the same thing. So I say that story because I do think sometimes, when you see a darker skinned woman doing this type of stuff, it's immediately tied to ratchetness. But when it's like a blonde, skinny,
it's
whatever
modeling.
woman, it's modeling. I normally wouldn't say that, but it does make sense in this situation.
It does. That's why Mitch. Go ahead, Mitch. Shout out to Mitch.
Shout out to Mitch.
They would blame race. And I do think that this has to do with that. Because she does have plastic surgery out of this world. She's got extensions. None of that is really her.
Nothing.
How much time is she really spending with her children doing all this training? Just
meal plans.
Come on. We got to put 2 and 2 together with these things sometimes. Now, I'm not saying that people are racist. I'm saying that society in stereotypes have shaped our minds to view things a certain way. So when you see a Black woman dressed in certain gear, you automatically think Megan Thee Stallion, ratchet. I automatically go there. So I know you go there.
Yeah.
You look at that woman, it's like, oh, she's working out. She's just showing her stuff.
Right.
But they're doing the same exact thing, which is you're a married woman posting your body, which is come on now. You don't think men are looking at her and lusting?
Of course they are. She's bent over.
Y'all are doing the same exact things that Cardi B is doing, that Megan Thee Stallion is doing, and Nicki Minaj is doing. You're just not saying Suki with the good coochie attached to your post. So that's the only thing you left out.
Let me bring it back to reality, okay? Some of y'all Black girls be doing the most, okay? You're not just wearing the cute outfit, showing your butt, you're twerking. You know what I mean? You do the most. But there are girls, and I think Paulina is one of them, that does stuff that is very inappropriate online that would never fly if she was a Black girl. And to charge $400, she's not even making human contact with these people. Like, okay, I'm not gonna out my girl Corinne, but Corinne does her program. Okay. Her workout program, it seems to be working for her. But I'm just like, how much is really involved? Like, you're giving her meal plans? Like, I don't even believe this girl eats the meal plan she gives to other people. Just saying.
Repeal the 19th. But when you say that, you're bad. We can't hold women accountable. Well, certain women can hold other women accountable. I guess it's based. Listen, I'm not even gonna go there. Certain women can hold other women accountable. But if you're a woman who speaks out against this all the time, you kind of just gotta wait until the wave catches and then surf, okay? Because this is how these things happen. You can say until you're blue in the face, bro, women are transitioning their children. Hey guys, women are transitioning children. Guys, we should really start thinking about these rights because they're transitioning their children. Hey, we're dads. How come there's no dads here?
That's
6 months to a year. Oh my God, women are transitioning their children. Oh, they support the LGBTQ movement. Well, I told you that.
Yeah.
Bryson already said if women didn't vote, we would never lose an election. I think maybe we might get some more sensible people in there. I don't know.
Yeah. Wait, let me show you one more video from Just Pearly Things because I want to get your reaction and I want to see if it's the same reaction I had to what she said.
Okay.
Hold on. So in this clip, this guy's asking her, what is your ideal guy? Okay. So let's hear what she's got to say.
What does your ideal man look like?
Ideal guy. I would say I like guys that are super conservative. Ideally in the U.S. Because that's kind of been an issue. I'm like moving, so ideally he'd be in the U.S.
What kind of money does he need to make?
Maybe like in U.S. dollars, like 40, 50.
40, 50K?
Everyone's gonna say I'm capping. It depends what he does, right? I know everyone's gonna say
Everyone's gonna say I'm capping. Bro,
it depends what he does.
This isn't. We're not trying to diagnose you and break you down, but you're very successful.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you do more than 6 figures. We're not going to talk about it. Okay. But how tall are you?
I'm 6 foot.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
And you got heels on. Guys, I'm comfortable with my height. I sound like I'm comfortable with my weight. No.
Yeah.
But you're tall. What is your ideal man look?
Okay. So what's something that stood out to you on what she said?
The amount her husband, she would be comfortable with him making, which is virtually nothing. And you want a conservative man. There was a lot of shit that stuck out to me. I was looking at how she was dressed. I'm like, you didn't even comb your hair this morning. You want a conservative man, but you also, hey, look, there's a whole lot of things going on in my head.
This is my thing.
She's not a conservative woman. And you would not even be submissive to a guy making that much fucking money. And you know you wouldn't.
My thing is this, okay? I'm really curious. And this is why I think she said people would say cap to her. Is I'm really curious that with you being a woman that is 6 feet tall in stature, okay, you make over 6 figures a year. Do you think an average conservative man who's shorter than you possibly gonna be okay with you bringing in that type of dough? And how do you think that's gonna make him feel? If he says, I need you to quit the Just Pearly Things and I need you just to be Pearl, keep that dress on in the kitchen, and I don't want all this public personality to be a thing, right? Would you still be okay with the 40 to 50K a year?
Would you?
I don't think she would.
Pearly Things is Pearly Things. Can I say this? Mo?
Sure.
I think you know what I'm gonna say. And I hate when women say this to other women.
Okay.
Pearly Things is a pick me.
She kind of is. I agree with you.
She's a pick me because no woman is disagreeable.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm submissive. Mo, you know my relationship dynamics. You have heard me interact. My tone of voice changes. I don't argue.
Mm-hmm.
When my husband says something, okay, babe, that's it. But I do have moments where I'll say, well, I don't necessarily agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
We're not agreeable all the time.
Of course not.
We're not. And when women give off this persona that they're going to be the perfect mate, and this is what women need to do, and this is how you have a successful relationship, I don't buy it, bro. Like, you're a whole pick me.
Yeah.
You're not married. We have no proof of concept. The last guy you were in a relationship with, that whole shit is fucking weird. I'm not even going to get into that. I'm going to send you videos on that. You were taking care of him.
Who was the guy?
A black dude who looks busted.
Oh, dude.
Straight busted, bro. She was taking care of him. Don't believe me? Go fact check what I just said. Go fact check. Pearly Things is the white girl you go pick up in tax season because you won't have to check. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man.
That's why I say she's masculine. I agree with you.
Yeah, I think she's masculine. I think she does give off some masculine energy for sure.
When people call me masculine, I'm like, bro, what?
She's trying to hide it behind this little like Pollyanna exterior that she's got going on, but I think that's a honey trap right there. Like she gonna trap you, and then you're gonna find out she wears the pants.
She's got the strap on in this situation.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. She's the top. You're the bottom.
You're gonna do what she says, bitch.
Bend over. Oh man. I got a funny video. I want to show. Soonie wanted to ignore it, but real quick, I'm gonna play Big Booty Judy because we forgot all about her big booty. So
did you just say I wanted to ignore it? You see how she just threw me under the bus?
when I play it, you guys are gonna understand. It's gonna make sense. Big Booty Judy, here's your thing.
Big Judy, big booty Judy. What? Big Judy, big booty Judy. Big booty, big Judy, big booty Judy. Stop! I wanna see you move it. Yeah. Big booty Judy. Big booty Judy. Got big booty Judy. That's big booty Judy. Got big booty Judy.
All right. We got that out of the way. I meant to do that in the beginning. I'm sorry, Judy. Okay, here's the video. So, for those of you guys out here that like to be in the garden, this one's for you. There's a woman out here that's got some gardening tips. And since we're talking about women, I thought I would share this one with you because it is by far the most outrageous thing I have ever seen. And she sounds very, very serious about this. So, watch and then we'll discuss.
My way to give my menstrual blood back to the earth and to my plants. Did you know that menstrual blood is known to contain so many different amazing nutrients and minerals such as potassium, which are essential for plant growth and development? My menstrual blood back to the earth and to my plants.
You nasty bitch!
Expressing my gratitude.
What can I say?
That is fucking nasty.
Yeah.
That is nasty.
Nasty, right?
Your house smells like nasty fucking cod, bitch. I'm sorry. That's nasty.
Oh my gosh, man.
That's fucking disgusting.
Part of me thinks that this was like a troll, like because it was a TikTok video. Part of me thinks this lady was trolling us because there is no way that she scoops up her menstrual cycle blood and puts it into a spray bottle. Like, why? Can't you just go to Home Depot and get fertilizer like everybody else? Why is it gotta be your period blood? You giving it back to the earth?
She said
the earth don't want it.
She said, I'm giving my menstrual back to the earth. It did not come from earth.
Mm-hmm.
Menstrual blood did not originate from dirt, man. It came from your uterus. What?
Oh gosh. Okay. So some soft chick in the comments says, I usually love your work, Candace, because Candace was reacting to this video. She said, but this is flat out bullying and shaming another woman for no other reason than to make fun of them, which makes you a small person. Also, as a woman, insinuating that menstrual blood is shameful or dirty, you've really lost my vote. People pay to sprinkle blood and bone, which is a byproduct of cattle processing, fertilizer on their veggies garden, but want to shame this woman for using her own period blood?
Bruh.
Oh man, I thought I'd seen it all. Somebody tell me. Yes, Judy said, now I can say I have seen it all. Everybody give the barf emoji on that one. And that's all I got to say about that, in the words of Candace Owens.
That's
whew.
Like this. Why are people like this? Like,
I
why?
I don't know, man.
Why? What did I do to deserve this? Like, seriously, what did I do? Why did I have to be born in this time period? Like, I want to go back to wherever people were fucking normal, and I want to coexist with those people. Cause y'all are weird, bro.
Dude, you should prank your husband and like print out some some like Google searches on is period blood good for your garden or good for your plants, and just like lay the papers around and see if he finds them.
No.
Prank him and see. Prank him and see. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let's move on, shall we?
Damn, bro. I was eating. That made me nauseous as shit.
I know. I was just imagining the smell. It's all like imagine when the hot sun hits the plants.
Oh my god.
Smelling like a penny up in her garden.
You said metal. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh my god.
I'm so glad I don't get a period anymore.
I'm trying to listen. My imagination goes into hyperdrive. I have a very over imaginative imagination.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just imagining. This is how I feel when
Red Pill said blood clots on the cucumbers. Can you
this is
imagine
making me sick, bro.
eating at that woman's house and they're like, "Where'd you get this stuff for your house?" She's like, "From my garden." And then you see this video and you find out that she's been spraying this on her garden. No, ma'am.
Wait a minute. Mo.
Yeah.
You know how have you ever walked into a strip club?
Yes, I have.
Don't it smell like bounce that ass?
Bounce that ass. What does that smell like?
Just like booty and sweat.
Oh
bro.
yeah. It smells like booty and like Victoria's Secret spray or Bath and Body Works. That's what it smells like when you walk into a strip club.
I ain't even been in a strip club, but when you sit outside of it, it smells like bounce that ass. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm imagining. That's what I imagine the strip club smells like. It smells like literally bouncing ass and sweat. Now her house has to smell like pennies and nickels, bro.
Can you imagine that?
Your house smells like pennies and fucking nickels, bro.
Yeah.
That's
smell.
nasty.
No, man.
Oh, wait a minute, guys. This is actually Pearly Thing's ex-boyfriend. Okay?
Stop it.
I'm not even kidding. And
You
she took care of this man.
have got to be joking. Wait, what happened to the picture?
Oh, you want to back up? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Oh. He using her. She's for sure.
Didn't I say that Pearly Things is a white girl you pick up during tax season? January's coming. Wait a minute. April. Wait, tax season had already gone by. See?
Wait, why you pick her up during tax season?
Because those are the type, because you don't keep them forever. You keep them from January to June. And when you get your portion of the check, you dip. See?
That's
Fam knows what I'm talking about. Go. I'm about see, look, you gonna have to talk because I gotta show you the white chick.
I know what you're talking. Okay, ladies,
You know what I'm talking about?
If your man hugs you like this from the back in a picture, or when you go to order food at a restaurant and he posts up, you paying for it. Just know that. Just know you go to the register first. He stands behind you, and then you feel his arms wrap around you. Just know you're picking up the check.
You're about to pay.
You're about to pay.
About to pay, bro. Dang, man, where is that? I need that picture of the big. It's usually the big ass white girl and the skinny ass black dude, and it say tax season.
You don't even have to show it to me because I already
Tax
know
season.
the picture you're talking about. That picture is always at tax season. It always goes around. But it's a funny picture, and you're right. You're right.
That's Pearly Things.
Yeah.
I'm going to get that. Guys, be on the lookout for that meme because I'm going to crop her face on the front and I'm posting that shit because that's exactly what you are.
Well, while you search for the meme, I'm going to start on the Carly Russell story and get everybody caught up if you want to search for the meme, because I'm going to read a little bit of the story so everybody knows what the hell is going on here. Okay.
Go for it.
So if you guys do not know about Carly Russell, she is the young woman in Alabama who just mysteriously disappeared on the side of the road. On last Thursday night at around 9:34 p.m., Hoover, that's where she was, the city she was in Hoover, Alabama, 911 received a call from Russell stating she saw a male toddler in a diaper on the interstate near the John Hawkins Parkway exit. Now, here's my thing, okay? He's in a diaper, which means he has no clothes on, okay?
Mhm.
How, if y'all saw some of this video, and we're gonna show some of the video in a second, how did you see all this detail? When you guys see this video, there's no way from the distance that she was at that she would have been able to identify, even if she would have swung around. Okay. Because when you look at the timeline of how things happen as far as the call, and then she called her mom, there's no way she could have identified this. But nevertheless, okay, police said Russell was the only caller to report a toddler along the interstate Thursday night. She was on her way. There she is right there. She was on her way home from her job at the Woodhouse Day Spa in Summit and stopped to get food at a restaurant that was 10 minutes from her house, according to her parents. Carly then stopped to check on the child and called a family member. And according to police, the family told investigators that they lost contact with her, but the phone line remained open, meaning they could hear in the background what was going on, or like they said that they heard the traffic noise, the noise around, because she was on the highway. When police arrived, which was literally 3 to 4 minutes later of the video that we're about to show you, when police arrived, they found Carly Russell's car and belongings, but there were no sign of her or the toddler. They found her earpods or AirPods or whatever they're called, her cell phone, her car keys. Her car was running. Her what is it called? The iWatch? What?
An iWatch?
Yeah, she had.
Isn't it just an Apple Watch?
Apple Watch, sorry, Apple Watch. All of that was in the car. Police have not been able to locate anyone with Carly Russell, who was with Carly Russell from the time she left, where she picked up the food, to the time she made the 911 phone call. Okay. There are people that have pulled up messages on her Twitter page that state she was documenting while she was waiting for her food, that there was somebody watching her. That's what she said in her Twitter post. I'm not showing any of that because I don't have her Twitter page. These are just things that I saw on the internet. So I'm not going to really show that, but I just want to kind of detail for you, you know, that those rumors were flying around. Okay. So I'm going to show here really quick. And this is just a very, very tiny clip of the video. But this is from my page right here. So I want to kind of detail. So this is Carly's vehicle. The lights are flashing, which is why you see this big white light. And this image right here that you see is the only image of a person that I was able to pick up. And you're going to see in the next video clip, this image move from where it's at to the right, where it stands. So here's her car, lights are flashing. Pay attention to the left side, like where the driver's side would be. Okay, so here is this right here. You guys see this figure right here? I'll let it play again so you guys can see in a second. This figure comes to the driver's side and then walks around the car. Now, to me, this looks like a guy's body. It looks like it goes up to the window, and here you see it walking to the back of the car. See, it's standing by the trunk area. And this is replaying again, so you guys can see walking around, and it stops right there. And then this figure, this person, walks off into the darkness of the woods. You don't really see them walking off into the darkness of the woods, but you don't see them walking anywhere else.
Right.
It also, if you watch it, it kind of appears like they're coming out of the driver's side. So the next question is, was Carly alone in her car? We don't know. Now, there have been a lot of videos on TikTok. One was from somebody who claimed to be Carly's brother, stating that they were looking for his sister. Although now that I think about it, you know how people refer to them as sisters and brothers.
Oh, Lord. Here you
so
go.
I don't even know if that really was the brother. I don't really know. And then a gentleman who claimed to be Carly's boyfriend made a statement as well.
I'll be right back.
No problem. Now, I'm going to play two things here. One is the dispatch audio. I think this is it. I'm going to play this here. Hold on. Let me just make sure that I have the right video. So this is from a TikTok person. And this dispatch audio was very interesting because they stated that they found her at a Red Roof Inn. Somebody had called in from a Red Roof Inn stating that they had seen Carly, and this was before she showed up at her mom's house. So I am going to play this. Hopefully, I think this is the video that they played the 911 call. So here you go.
Dispatch audio from when Carly Russell was found has been released. The 911 operator says that a female was found unresponsive but breathing.
Unresponsive female, Quinn 11, Rescue 11, generally passed. Adult female, unresponsive, is breathing. Police.
Sorry. Okay, so this is the video after she showed up at her parents' house. I think the other video's on the next clip. So she shows up at her parents' house. They say she's unresponsive, but she's breathing. So that could mean a lot of things. That could mean that she's in shock, what have you. I want you to pay attention to the details of this because there's an interview that Carly Russell's parents just did. And what she says in that interview is interesting to me after listening to this.
Turn route, stage for police.
Engine 5 responding.
Engine 5 responding.
All units be advised who are doing traffic on Nunnally, unless they have on their ID that address for that street, do not let them through for 13. 904. 904. Nunnally for traffic control. Yeah. Risk 11 out of UAV.
And out of UAV.
538. Be advised. 423. I'm going to be without radio inside.
Can I have my traffic unit switched to 511?
13. I got heavy traffic unit.
Okay, so this is just them talking about securing the scene.
News broke late last night about 25-year-old missing Carly Russell. She returned home on her own. It's being reported that 911 received a phone call from the Russells stating that Carly had came back home. The police and fire department allegedly went and escorted her from home to a hospital. But before she was found, there was all kinds of talk about her being at a Red Roof Inn and the family receiving a call. I'll play the audio.
Family members at this location saying they received a call from the female that's missing, Carly Russell.
The family's not being hostile or anything like that, but that there was about 6 carloads of people that have just shown up over there.
Okay, so what they're saying here is that there were about 6 carloads of people that showed up at the Red Roof Inn where somebody had reported Carly being. Okay, so why I find this interesting is because the story of her just walking home and showing up on her parents' doorstep seems very odd to me. Number one, if you truly are in a captive situation and you are fearing for your life, I highly doubt, even if your captor drops you off on the side of the road somewhere, right? I don't think the captor drove her home. Okay. I think if it was a captive situation, the captor probably dropped her off somewhere or she escaped. It's more probable to think that if that were the situation, that she would have ran or gone to the nearest place that she could have received help to call 911 or to call her parents. The fact that she walked home seems odd to me. Now, you throw in this call from the Red Roof Inn that somebody said she checked in here or they saw her here, and then the police are stating they're at the Red Roof Inn and there's a carloads of people there. That tells me they went there to go pick up Carly. They brought her home and then called the police. And the reason why I say that is because there's an interview with the mother, and the mother says in the interview, I wanted to hug her. I don't want to take it out of context. I'm going to play it, but it said something to the effect of like, I wanted to hug her, but I couldn't because they were checking her out. Okay. Again, I'm going to play the video because I don't want to take it out of context and it'll make more sense when you hear it. But here's the rest of this call.
I don't hear anything.
Did the front desk have anybody check in under that name? Negative, and according to the front desk, the
the message that the family got did not state which Red Roof Inn. They don't know if it's going to be Vestavia or another location.
News broke late last night about 25-year-old.
So tonight, last night, a new video popped up. And this new video, Soonie has it on her page. I didn't have it here. The video of the chick saying the DMs in her Twitter. Can you pull up your page and play that? You can't pull it up? Oh, you can't get on Instagram.
No, because can't get on Instagram. But I think you sent me the link, so let me go in our chat real quick. You actually sent it to me.
If not, I can pull it up on your Instagram.
I got it right here.
Cool.
This post may not be suitable for some audiences. What? I can't look at it. Not even kidding.
On your page?
Yeah. It's locked.
What do you mean? What is it?
It just says this post may not be comfortable for some audiences.
And it doesn't say watch anyways?
No.
Okay, let me just go to your page then. This one I thought was one of the most compelling ones that I saw. What the hell is this shit, Soonie? Is this your page? Literally. I still, who else types in Soonie blanks? Only to find nothing. All right.
I logged in. All right, it ain't working.
Wait. There we go.
We've all been talking about the Carly Russell case. This is her Instagram, Carly. Over the last few days, she shocked the nation, and Black women all over the country felt empowered. We felt finally pleased that America was caring about Black women. Every national news outlet was reporting about Carly Russell. This is the first time this has ever happened. The hunt was on to find this Black girl. But then when she showed up at our house, it got a little greasy. Why did it get a little greasy? Because she just showed up. So then that's when the world got divided. Wait, what's going on? Something is not right here. Okay, we don't want to speak. We want our privacy. Something is going on. What is going on? Well, when you start talking about something, people start DMing you the truth. It looks like 50 people from Hoover have already got fired for leaking what's really going on with this case. And it's trickled into my DM. So you mean to tell me all this was because she was trying to get back at her ex-man? Yeah, that boyfriend that spoke out about her being kidnapped and held and tortured. Yeah, that was her ex-man. And he actually cheated on her with a stripper. And Carly had it out with the stripper. And to get back at him, yeah, she disappeared herself. And then got afraid when it blew up. This is what Carly said to the side chick. Itch, please. He told me everything you said about me, and you thought I told him to say that. I wasn't even with him. You're delusional AF if you think y'all little conversation was anything more than convenience and the fact that he used you to get back at me out of anger. You want to talk about I don't compare to you on your worst day? Girl, bye. You're miserable, or at least should be, being a stripper to provide for a child I've heard you've had from multiple people. So not surprised you don't know who your baby daddy is. Mention me or contact my NIGGA again, and you'll see I'm not the one to play with. You don't want you and your whole family touched. You're poor. I'm rich. You're a stripper. I'm a nurse. You're ugly. I'm beautiful. You could never. You're the bottom of the barrel. Someone from the police department just could not watch us all suffer. So they released these details. Here's the update. She's sticking to the story that she was abducted. She says she was lured into the woods by some people who live in the woods, described as a person with orange hair, balding on top, tied her up and drove her around and put her in an 18.
Why she got to describe the most whitest person on the planet?
I'm sorry. That's why I laugh, because it sounds like a whole fucking hick.
Wheeler and fed her Cheez-Its for 2 days, and they painted her nails.
Cheez-Its.
Fed her Cheez-Its.
They fed her Cheez-Its.
For 2 days, y'all.
That's from the police.
She managed to get away and run through the woods to her neighborhood until she got into her house and then goes into the hospital. Hoover got some Ring doorbell footage from her neighborhood, and it just shows her walking casually until she gets close to her house, and then she starts sprinting and flailing arms and acting a fool. She got caught stealing from work that day, failed out of nursing school, and has been on drugs. She had her friend behind her, and that's who picked her up. She was with her friend all weekend. The police knew she was safe because she unblocked her ex while she was quote unquote abducted. She planned to disappear and realized it wasn't going to work. What up,
y'all? If that ain't a hot ass mess story, I don't know what is. Okay. What
now, like I said when I posted it, is this true? Because people like to talk on the internet.
Right.
And they love to make stuff up. If that's true, then okay, I can see why people are saying Juicy Smoogie.
Yeah.
But I personally think she had a mental breakdown. That's what I think. I think she's having a moment and she's having it in front of all of us.
Right. But here's my
I don't
problem
think
with
anything
it.
else of it.
I feel like we're starting to like, not you, but like society is starting to normalize mental breakdowns to the point where if this does come out to be a normal, a mental breakdown, people are going to be like, oh, you know, mental health is real. You know, like these are the lengths now we're going to go to. I mean, people have been having mental health breakdowns for a long time. I ain't never seen nobody fake a hate crime, okay, pour bleach on themselves, and then somebody else have, you know, abduct themselves and live in the forest for 48 hours. Okay, that's doing the most. Like that's more than like you just suffered a mental breakdown. That's like you crazy and they need to lock you up. Okay.
I just want to know who somebody black released these text messages. I'm sorry. Somebody who did it?
Maybe
which one of y'all did it? Which one of y'all niggas did it? Putting out text messages. I just want to know if these are true. To me, I think every story that's come out so far is plausible because of how tight-lipped her family is being. There was one, this right here, her abductor is still at large. So why are you not talking to the police?
Right.
Why is there no manhunt photo put out? Why? How come other women can't be warned of potential danger in the area?
Right.
Like, to me, this just sounds like an all-around hazard that she's creating.
And here's my thing. Like, you wanted everybody to the point where you were calling people racist for not paying attention to this story. You wanted everybody talking about your daughter. And now everybody's talking about your daughter. They were fully vested in this situation. And now you want privacy? That's not how it works. We need details. I need to know about this baby. I need to know what the abductor looks like. And if people in Alabama need to be cautious. But there has been no information.
Right. None.
When those kids in Idaho got murdered in their home, they were like on a manhunt immediately for that dude.
Mm-hmm. I remember that story was headlines everywhere when that shit went down. And you got a woman who got away. That's another reason I'm kind of doubting the story because they released you. Why?
Yeah.
Released you? Why? Did you get away?
Yeah.
Where were you? Why are they keeping that a secret? Like, what's the big secret is my question. What is truly the big secret?
I think they're trying to keep her from getting in trouble. I'm just looking right here. I'm going to play a video too with these parents, but like, just look at the body language right here in this picture. The dad looks like he's been coerced, okay, into coming to this interview. And he's like, the dad, right? The mom, she's stone cold with her eyes, her face. Like, she just looks like, yeah, I'm going to tell you the story. And the dad's just like, oh, man, like,
we're about to get caught.
I'm about to get caught.
That moment you all first laid eyes on her again, what was
Look
it
at him.
like?
To me, I mean, just so much joy.
This morning, in an exclusive sit-down with NBC News, the parents of 25-year-old Carly Russell are speaking out, describing the moment their daughter appeared on their doorstep after being missing for more than 48 hours.
What did you do when you saw her?
We tried to hug her as best we could, but I had to stand back because she was not in a good state. So we had to stand back and let medical professionals work with her.
He's not making no eye contact. Something's fishy here.
Wait a minute. What is she talking about outside of her home?
when Carly appeared outside of her home at her doorstep. Now, remember the Red Roof Inn where the police were saying there's 6 cars pulled up to the Red Roof Inn.
Right.
So to me, I'm like, did y'all show up and pick her up?
Right. How did you
Bring her
guys end
home?
up home?
Exactly.
And what do you mean she was just too messed up for you to hug her? What?
If you picked her up at the Red Roof Inn, why didn't you drive her straight to the hospital if you're that concerned? Why you take her
Why
home?
go home?
Something ain't right. Yeah, Carlethia, tell the truth, girl. Let's keep watching.
But
Last Thursday, police say Carly called 911 to report a toddler walking alone on the interstate.
Look at this shit, y'all. Look how dark it is. You can't see no toddler, let alone identify that it's a boy.
She pulled over while on the phone with a family member who described hearing Carly scream.
Her vehicle's unlocked, running.
That moment you all first laid.
No longer except for her phone.
On the scene, police found no sign of Carly or a child, and they say no children were reported as missing during that time period. The Russells waited in agony until Saturday night.
There were actually just so many calls and texts from people who maliciously lied to us. I just didn't know people could be so evil.
Authorities have not indicated where Carly was during the 48 hours she was missing or what happened. Her parents
She'd look crazy, bro. I'm sorry.
Told them, citing the ongoing investigation.
And can you tell me what happened Saturday night? Did you just get a knock at the door?
Anything leading to the case itself, we can't discuss that.
But they say
why?
About the circumstances surrounding Carly's disappearance are only making
like, why can't you say how she ended up there?
The trauma
right.
of people.
You ain't even crying, bro.
The trauma of people just making completely false allegations about her.
Her family now urging the public to let the investigation play out, but mentioning an abductor. Her mother asking to read a brief message to the public.
Carly has given detectives her statement so that they can continue to pursue her abduction.
Which is the statement about the bald redheaded dude feeding her Cheez-Its. That's the statement. First of all, shout out to Travion in the comments. Okay. This is Kanye West publicist, by the way. She said, I need them to sit all the way the fuck down and not to get up. Okay. She said, dude, I'm sorry. I was reading that comment when I was watching this video. I love Travion.
Do you believe that there's an abductor still out there?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
NBC
with the trauma of people.
There you go, y'all. That's where we're at.
Like, how though?
So are you swayed anymore from where you were at the beginning when I asked you about this?
No.
Girl.
There is not enough. There is not enough. Until I see a police report that says she actually said that she was being fed Cheez-Its by some red-haired man, I'm still going to err on the side of she's having a psychotic break.
Right.
Okay. It's too much to try to get back at your boyfriend and do all this. I think that's the easy ratchet story to come up with. But I think there's something wrong with her.
Let's take the ratchet out of it, okay? Remember a case that involved Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie, okay? Remember the involvement of the parents in that situation, okay? Brian Laundrie's mother, we now have found out, actually knew from the journals that they found where Brian's body was found that he had killed Gabby Petito. They denied it. Remember, all over the media, they denied that they knew anything about where he was at and what he was doing. And now come to find out, she was protecting her son. You know, and there's nothing, that situation wasn't ratchet. And that was a mental health situation. And here you have a Gabby Petito, this young white girl who we don't know if she was the one doing the beating or there was, abuse going both ways. But that was clearly like a very, very toxic relationship, right? So when I look at this type of situation, it's not too far-fetched to me for this girl to want some attention from her man and be like, I'll show you. I'm about to fake my own abduction. And then you're going to see what you missed out on. Girls are crazy. We're talking to this Repeal the 19th episode. Let's keep it real.
Yeah. Other women. Listen, I'm not a Repeal the 19th recipient because I understand my limitations. So I just can't. These stories sound salacious. It just sounds too. How do you have this much information? And we have not been able to substantiate any of the shit that bitch put on that video. You could have got that from random people, and because it made enough sense to her, and this came from the police, it's being purported as truth. Who knows if that information is even valid? So until I can substantiate all these claims, I'm going to stay with, I think she had a mental break. I think that she just snapped. I do.
I think that is for sure she had a mental break, but I think that there was more to it. I can take out that entire TikTok video, that girl like detailing all those messages, and I still have the same opinion with the 911, like with the actual factual stuff that we do know.
We'll see.
Minus the Cheez-It. I mean, even minus the Cheez-It story, which is wild.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're going to be putting information out soon enough. Well, we shall see.
Man. So Soonie sent this to me. You put her in there? You put her in the picture?
I did.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You got to post that, man. You got to post
I'm going to
that.
post it.
That's awesome. I love it. That's funny.
Oh, snap. Are you guys ready to get into this Susan Lawrence video?
Get it. This is a good
Are you ready?
one.
It is.
Awesome.
So just before we get into it, her charges have been downgraded to manslaughter. Now,
incredible.
I don't agree with her charges being brought down to manslaughter. I think she is guilty of murder. And this video is why I think she's guilty of murder. Because this heifer is 51 motherfucking 50.
Right.
I'm not even exaggerating.
Can you play the whole? I know it's a little bit long, but can you play the whole video? Because this video was crazy.
Play it,
yeah, y'all can sit through a video.
An accused of
Take a pee
shooting her
break.
neighbor over a trespassing dispute pleads not guilty in court. All this as newly released body camera video gives us an inside look at a year-long feud leading up to the shooting.
I don't know what his problem is, this guy in the next building, and there's no trespassing signs. The kids have been out of control. They're screaming, yelling.
The body camera video also shows officials speak with the victim months before she's gunned down.
It's funny because I'm the one that never comes outside.
This is actually AJ Owens that you're looking at right now.
On a previous incident, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Previous incident.
It says anything, so let's.
58-year-old Susan Lorenz is now charged with manslaughter in the June 2nd shooting death of Ajika AJ Owens in Ocala, Florida. Officials say Lorenz shot at Owens through a locked metal door over a disagreement involving Owens' children who'd been playing in an open field near Lorenz's apartment. Leading up to Owens' death, Lorenz made more than a dozen calls to the Marion County Sheriff's Department about the so-called disturbances, claiming the children bullied her and referred to her as Karen.
I don't want to be intimidated by them screaming and yelling at me, telling me I'm a bitch, calling me Karen. They're calling me names. Really, we're going to, devolve to this simple bullying. I don't want to face this.
During this incident, Lorenz explains neighborhood children play near her rental apartment. She accuses them of screaming and yelling and disregarding a no trespass sign.
Kids keep running back and forth over here. When the kids are out front, it's really noisy. The way my apartment's set up, you can see Lynn's here. They're screaming, yelling. I don't get a break from the kids at all. They don't have children. I've asked them, please, the kids all live on that side of the street. For some reason, they love to play over here. I'm like, guys.
Probably because it's open.
I understand that. I have migraines, horrible migraines. I had a very bad car wreck, had my neck fused. I need more back surgery. I don't want to hear these children. I've asked them, please, keep the kids away. There's other places they can play. They don't have to play here. They're screaming, yelling at me, telling the kids are not hurting anybody. The kids, they're not damaging anything. Well, they're damaging me because the migraines are so bad. Most days I could barely stand. I'm on Dipyramate. I'm on
I want you guys to reference her original complaint. What is she complaining about when it comes to the noise? Her migraines.
Yeah.
Okay. She's saying that they're so loud because of my, and I can't take it because of my migraines and these back surgeries and all these things that I have going on with me. Just keep that in the back of your mind.
Furosets, I'm on sumatriptan. It's horrible for me. I'm in pain. I don't hear the children. I'm not trying to be a bitch, but, it's not fun.
Okay. Well, have you talked to your landlord?
Yes. There's no trespassing sign.
Okay.
And they're saying that this guy is giving them okay to be on the property.
And now a word from our sponsor.
This is a sponsor. We're going to skip all this.
On separate occasions, Lorenz alleges her landlord has instructed the children to remain off the property, but that the no trespassing sign was stolen.
They've been told by Charles not to come on the property. Charles is the owner of the building. They have told, he said, kids, like I said, they stole a trespassing sign. Kids did this. There was a trespassing sign. They were supposed to bring it out. That's why there's no trespassing here. There's no trespassing over there.
What's going on this evening?
Lots of children screaming their full heads off, running around. I had my truck parked in front here, so I didn't have to listen to the screaming and yelling. As soon as I move the truck, the kids are coming up. I'm like, guys, stop. They know they're not supposed to be over here. They've been told many times. They've previously stolen the trespassing sign.
But sheriff's deputies hear conflicting information when speaking to neighbors.
He don't even come outside and play football with the kids or play.
So I figured, well, if the cops are there, it's probably she keeps calling every time. I mean, it's just over stupidity. Literally, kids just going around. She keep posting signs over here. I mean, we all live here. Kids play over there. It's an open field, whatever. She keeps messing around with the kids, and the kids sometimes they go like, they start cursing at her, and I'm like, you know what? No, don't do that. You gotta respect her. She's an adult. You know what I mean? But she's not all there, and
I want you guys to reference the field. You see where these red signs are? This is where she does not want the kids. This is a neighborhood. They all have a shared space, like a community field. I've lived in one of these neighborhoods before, nice apartment complexes. Kids run around in these fields 24 fucking 7. There is no such thing as no trespassing because it's community property, it's public. But this is what she's complaining about. And they're going to show other areas of the neighborhood. And even more, you're going to be pissed off as to why this is a manslaughter charge.
During one of these calls, Lorenz asks sheriff's deputies to trespass children she alleges are near her rental property. But officials explain that won't quite work.
You don't have sole control over the parking lot. There's 4 people here.
Yeah, but those children don't live here. I mean, they literally live across the street on the other side. They don't.
I understand what you're telling me, and I get it, but you don't have sole power to say, hey, they can't be in this parking lot.
But he's asked them to leave. I mean, you can call Charles. I mean,
I'm just telling you it's trespassing. It's the first time's civil because it doesn't become criminal until they're warned.
okay, but he's already told them no trespassing.
Who's he?
All right, and he's just trespassing right now.
During this conversation, a neighbor approaches officials while they're speaking with Lorenz. She then accuses him of trespassing.
He's just trespassing right now.
Can I talk to you for a second? When are you get done?
He's trespassing right now. He's trespassing.
He came over to come ask us a question.
And he's been
What do you need us to do? What do you want us to do?
Tell the girls not to come. They can't come on when I'm on the phone. I mean, literally, they cannot come on when I'm on the phone.
I mean, I can talk to them if I can figure out who they are, but
I mean, he needs to get, because he's screaming all the time, too.
Okay.
He just needs to get.
Her dog is what she's referring to,
When
right?
officials speak with the neighbor, he claims Lorenz may not be all there. Mid-conversation, Lorenz interrupts them.
This is just an open field. You know, it belongs to both.
This is the other side of the angle that we just
showed.
showed.
Play there, whatever, and that's what I keep telling them. Hey, as long as you don't get in her door, you don't start throwing rocks, don't be cursing at her. It's okay. She can call the cops whenever she wants. But and I was trying to reason with her one day because we were all playing here. You know, the kids, everything jumping. All right, let's go. And she's like, hey, you know what? One day you guys are gonna die. And I'm like, and that's when I like, whoa.
I'm getting too much feedback on the phone from the door. dog.
I'm sorry?
Go someplace where he's not barking and can you please, I'm getting too much feedback. I can't hear my customers. Dog. Jackie.
It's a dog. We can't stop the dog from barking.
Yeah, but it's too much feedback. Can you please at least go someplace where I'm not getting so much feedback?
What is she talking about?
We can have
Feedback.
a good one. Apparently, we can't stay here and have a.
Well, that's why I said to reference her original complaint as to
Yeah.
why she didn't like the noise because
The
of her
headache.
migraines.
Yeah.
And that was nighttime. Now during the day, she has another complaint. Well, I can't take the noise because of my customers. She works from home
Mm-hmm.
and she's worried about dogs barking in the background. So this is not a lady who is, in my opinion, this is not a lady who is old and frail and just can't take noise because I understand my grandmother was like that. She didn't like loud noise,
Mm-hmm.
but she also didn't come and fuss at us and be like, shut up. You're too loud. You're trespassing. Be quiet. My head hurt. She didn't do that. And this is what this lady is doing. Now, originally I said this lady has a mental illness.
For sure.
This bitch is just fucking mean. She's just nasty. Look at how she's talking to cops.
Yeah.
Can you go this way? The dogs. It's too much feedback. That's not a mental illness to me. You are mean. You are by yourself and you want things your way.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
So now it's not the headache, it's the feedback. It gets worse. It gets worse.
Conversation with Shane.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Look at these
She's
signs,
not over there,
bro.
right?
Look at how far out she has a
We can
sign.
have
I'm
a good one.
sorry.
Apparently, we can't stay here and have a conversation with Shane.
That's what I'm saying.
Look at how
They
far
even-
out that fucking sign is, dude.
Yeah. Even the cops are basically saying what she's complaining about is ridiculous.
All these signs, like, they can't. Are you serious?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. She's not over there, right?
Multiple times, first responders speak with children who say Lorenz calls them inappropriate names.
We're clear.
Were you the guys that this lady was mad about?
Yes, and I just want to say that
Okay.
every time, like even
Hey,
if we're not.
hold on. Let's bring it down.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're okay.
Every
You're
time, even if we're not on her property and we're just like being loud and playing basketball over there because of the basketball hoop.
I got you.
Like she just calls us names.
Okay.
Yeah, like literally, literally all the kids, because that's an open spot right there.
Yeah.
All that is not her property.
I got
The
you.
guy that I was just telling this officer right here, this guy has said numerous times,
We're talking.
y'all come over here and play, because they all like to play football and stuff.
Okay.
So she's okay with it, and that's where they mainly are. They're more on his side.
What kind of names is she calling you guys?
Retards, the B word,
the B word,
the P
Okay.
word, everywhere in the book. Like one time the kids were playing right there, and it was his dad outside. And then she came
Your
out
dad?
yelling at
Cowboy?
Yeah, my dad. She
Okay.
came out yelling, and she was talking about a little girl getting raped and stuff. Like she's crazy. Like she'll
Okay.
come out just
Yeah,
yelling
she
about.
just says weird. Like I have said stuff to her before because one time I just happened to come outside and she was calling them retards, and I'm like, hey, like relax. I'm
Yeah.
like, these are kids here.
I got
She always calls the cops, and she always be so racist. And they're playing over. And then the boys are playing.
Did you hear what she said?
No, but
Listen
I love
to what
this little girl.
girl just said. I know it's hard because there's a bunch of kids talking, but listen to the older one.
Kids here.
I got
She always calls the cops, and she always be so racist. And they're playing over.
She calls them Section 8 bastards.
Oh, I
And then
didn't
the
even
boys
know.
are playing. She tells us to F off and stuff. And she calls us an N-word.
So she lived right across the street, though.
No, she lives right there.
That's what
We
I'm saying.
play right here. We play right here. She's over there.
There's her signs in the background.
Yeah.
That big ass field, those kids can't play in it. You're calling them Section 8 bastards, retards, pussies, bitches, yelling about children being raped.
Yeah.
Murder.
You know, and I don't want to cut into this video too much, but you know what I love about this video? The thing that really warms my heart, because you know me, I always got to find. I love that all these kids play together. This right here reminds me of when I was growing up, right? You got the big ones, the little ones. They're all playing outside. First of all, kids playing outside, unheard of. The fact that they have a field between houses where these kids are protected is amazing. Why would you act crazy to the point where you would kill somebody over it? This is what we need. Look at these little kids. We need more of this. We need more of these kids playing out in fields so we can all see them out there safe. What is wrong with people?
See when it's like kick off gas, she doesn't want us right there, but it's a problem when we
Get off my F4 property.
It ain't her property. We ain't worried about it.
Yeah, that's why
she be
coming out here.
She be trying to call us every time.
You gonna yell at us? She asked.
Oh yeah.
Cause every time I walk past, she thinks we're trying to steal her truck or buy her truck.
We're not even.
How old are you?
We're 11.
Okay. Yeah.
We're 11. We're up to
I love these kids.
Do you even know how to drive?
No.
Okay.
Officials also speak with the parents of children in the area.
This
who
little
say
hot
their
one up
kids
in front.
often play in an open lot outside of Lorenz's rental.
Yeah, they literally stay clear.
Look at all these black people interacting with police in a positive manner.
Like 15 kids out here that are like, and they're gonna do.
It might sound loud. It gets loud. I give her that. It'll get loud, especially with kids playing like that. Like I told you, if it gets to a point
loud right
they
now,
come
it's
over
okay.
here and go on that side, whatever they want to do, just so they can have some fun. I try not to get on them like that. You know, we all the parents are cool, so it's like I look out for them just like I look out for my own.
On one occasion, officials even speak with Owens after Lorenz accuses her children of bringing a dog near her property.
Aggravated.
Okay. So what's going on?
Okay, I've got young ladies who just keep coming by and think it's hysterical while I'm working to bring their animals and scream while I'm on the phone.
So we have a dog. My kids take the dog out. The other day she tells my son, I'm going to have you arrested and you're going to jail. He's 8, so he's terrified. He won't even walk the dog anymore.
So let her know all that.
Okay. So she's terrified. He won't even walk the dog anymore.
Owens explains her confrontation with Lorenz that happened nearly a year and a half before the deadly shooting.
This is joint area. You can't tell them they can't walk in on this side. So he's walking the dog and he's all the way back towards the fence. I'm standing here on my phone. She comes outside to go to the car or something. She sees him. Oh, I told you I'm going to have you arrested. I'm going to have you arrested today. She has her phone out like she's taking his picture or whatever. Now he's trying to run back across the street. So I said, I'm sorry, what are you saying to him? And so I go over there. This is my private property. They can't have the dog over here. I told her, first of all, he's not on your property. He's on this side. You don't own it. And even if he was on the side, you don't own this either. You're renting this just like I rent over here, just like they rent over there. You don't own this. You can't tell them, technically, if they're not in your personal space, that they can't walk the dog or even throw their football over you.
Lorenz appeared in court on Tuesday where she...
Now that's the end of the police body cam footage that was pieced together. But I felt like it was really important to show because the only depictions we have of her are looking frail in a green suicide vest.
Right.
You don't have anything outside of that. You have this woman saying she feared for her life. We don't have any footage of that. Now, this is her character. This is her behavior. This is what she did on a regular for a year straight. Just nonstop calling police for dumb reasons, for no reasons at all, other than kids playing.
Right.
I don't understand why this is not a bigger story.
I agree with you, Soonie. Like after I watched this, it became that much more appalling to me that, like Red Pill said, that there isn't more outrage over this story, because this is exactly the type of neighborhood we need to protect. We want these neighborhoods. This is the neighborhood we want, where you see all different types of people coexisting in a nice neighborhood. It looks clean. You know, nobody looks like trouble, right? Kids are playing together. This is what we need to protect. And we have people like this who should be in an old folks home. If she doesn't want noise, I mean, now she's probably dying in jail. People banging on bars and all kinds of stuff.
Exactly.
And they don't give a damn about her
They'll
migraines
beat the shit out
there.
of you.
Yeah. Nikki, she did not shoot a kid, but she did kill the mother of one of the children.
She did. Unfortunately, she took someone's life and she pled not guilty to the fatal shooting of AJ Owens. She pled not guilty. Like, she pled not guilty.
And got a
You
reduced
shot
sentence.
a woman through a door that was locked in front of her children. Police put out a statement and said there was no reason for her to be afraid. Police, the sheriff's department did that based on surveillance footage that they saw. I'm not sourcing this from anything else. It's not a third-party source. This is the sheriff's office saying this. Why are her charges downgraded to manslaughter?
Right.
Why? You murdered a woman.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about her mental state. She had the wherewithal to call police, to go outside and say names, to threaten people, to throw skates, to throw iPads. You had the wherewithal to do all this, to try to get people arrested, to put trespassing signs outside. You know right and wrong. You know when you're in a situation and you're being threatened versus when you are having to answer for something that you did. Had you not thrown a skate at those children, the mother wouldn't be knocking on your door.
Right. Any mother would do that.
To me, this is a tragedy.
It is. And I think the way it's being handled is injustice. Honestly.
Man.
I'm sad that this lost the attention of the media. Probably won't gain attention until she actually goes to trial.
Yes.
But even if she does go to trial, I mean, the charges that she's being charged with were lessened. So
yeah, she's charged with manslaughter and the fatal shooting of her neighbor. Susan pled not guilty Monday. This was July 11th. So about 7 days ago, she came out and pled not guilty. Like, what a slap in the face, not only to her family, but the people that you tormented for God knows how many years. What a fucking slap in the face. I'm hoping that this story really picks up steam and that this video footage, this body cam footage, gets shared all over the place. I posted it on my page. If people need it broken up in sections, I will do that as well. But this is who Susan was. Susan is a tyrant, and she deserves to be in jail for the rest of her natural-born life. You murdered someone.
Yeah.
It's freaking sad.
I hope they bring the footage of those kids saying all that stuff, the kids in particular, when they take her to trial, so that the jury can see that. I hope that the jury sees what we see in that video and that they throw the book at her.
Please throw the book at her.
Thank you, Joey, for the $9.99
super chat. Appreciate
I
it.
appreciate you. It really is a tragedy.
It's sad. Hopefully we'll have some good updates going forward for you guys, but I watched that and I was just floored. I was floored. But you want to know what else floored me?
What
else floored me?
Please don't say Suki with the good coochie.
Suki with the good coochie always floors me. But this person earned the ultimate. I gotta get a ultimate badge that takes up the whole screen and is super extra instead of this one. Does anybody know the Gays Against Groomers or the Gay Who Strayed? Does anybody know her? Have you ever heard of her? Have you ever looked at her content? If you haven't, you should go check out her Twitter page because I often go check it. When I was on Twitter having my morning poo-poo, right? This is what I do in the morning. I go sit on the toilet and I scroll.
You didn't call me?
And no, I had to scroll Twitter first. But this stopped me dead in my tracks. This right here, this tweet, really bothered my soul. So much so that I spent a whole, why is it not moving? I'm frozen.
Oh no.
I'm frozen.
Didn't you
Can
send
you
it
guys
to
see
me?
that?
Yeah, we can see it. Just read it.
Okay.
You can read it.
As long as you can see it, that's cool. So I came in contact with this post, right? And it says, it's okay to be a feminine man or a masculine woman. If these two and millions of other androgynous people, including many of us, and they're talking about these two people here, this dude over here is Jeffree Star. I don't know who this chick is, but they look like the opposite genders. Am I tripping? Yes or no?
Yeah, she's an actress. That's a woman. She's an actress from Orange is the New Black, and I can't remember her name.
Okay. So if these two would have grew up in today's society, they would have been led to believe they were born in the wrong body. There is no wrong way to be a boy or a girl. It's called having a personality. The trans cult is evil, predatory, and wrong. Stop lying to children. Leave them alone. Now, when I read this, I said, you make absolutely no sense because you are literally promoting transgenderism. You're promoting it at a transvestite level. Do you guys remember when we used to call these things what they were, which is transvestites because they like to cross-dress? Isn't that what we originally called them, or am I bugging? This is what we used to call them. I felt that there was huge hypocrisies going on. So I did a live. I screenshotted it. I did a live. And I asked people, what is it? And I'm going to ask you, what's a masculine woman?
What's a masculine woman?
Yes.
Like you're asking for a definition or an example of one?
Just an example.
Just pearly things.
Okay. And we call her
woman.
masculine. Why? Why do we call her masculine?
Because she has a masculine energy about her presentation, I guess.
Okay. What would you say masculine means? Like if you had to describe what masculinity is, what would you say?
Masculinity in general is a different definition from when I see it in women. But when I see women being masculine, they're not soft, they're hard edge. They look like boys, like on the outside. They behave like boys. They align themselves with boys. That's kind of my definition.
You said the word, you said the key word there. Boys,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They act like what? Boys.
Boys.
Which would mean that feminine men act like what?
Boys. I mean,
they act like
girls.
women.
Yeah, girls, sorry.
Yes. They act like girls.
Mhm.
So don't you think this post is completely oxymoronic, given that they're speaking against the evil trans cult, but at the same time normalizing feminine men and masculine women?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you argue that both of these people are struggling with who they are presenting, and inside they want to be something else?
Yes. Yes.
Doesn't that make you trans?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, another example of that was like when I went to the WNBA game, right, and saw Brittany Griner in person. Now that is somebody who is a woman who wants to be a man. She's presenting herself in a very masculine way. But then you see all the other girls and they're very jockish, right? Like they have a tougher exterior, but they're still clearly women. And you can tell by the way they walk. You can tell by the way they carry themselves. They may have the most, jockish sweatsuit on and some sneakers, but somewhere on their body is a touch of their femininity, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. Feminine women, we are feminine.
You can't help it.
I wear fitted shirts and tight jeans and booty shorts. I have a shape. I have a body. There is nothing masculine about me other than I like sneakers, sure, and people will call that masculine, or the fact that I like to play video games. But if you ever sat with me personally, you would get no masculine energy from me because I don't want to be a man. Like, I don't. I enjoy being a woman. I purposely will be like, babe, can you please open this? Even though I can open it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to open it. I don't want to be the strong one. I don't want to be the one who has to go out there and face the world. Rain, sleet, snow. We're not built that way. And when
Right.
we decide to act that way, we're acting out of our essence and out of our character and who we are truly. So when I read this, it really bothered me because Gays Against Groomers is tied to log cabins, which is tied to Trump, which is tied to the entire conservative movement. When you look at specific gay influencers, I'm sorry, when you look at Mario Presents, when you look at Christian Walker, when you look at Conservative Ant, Patriot Barbie, when you look at all these LGBTQ allies, they're attached to either one or two groups. Gays Against Groomers or the Log Cabin Republicans?
Mm-hmm. Rob Smith is
Gays
another
Against
one of those.
Rob Smith. Gays Against Groomers are groomers. Yep. I'm going to call you out for what you are, because what if a child who follows conservatives, right, and their parent says, well, this is an okay page for you to follow because these people are actually calling out the disgustingness of all this, right? That's what I would think. Well, I decided that I wanted to go ahead and look into what Femboys was, because I can't click on the, as you can see, I can't click on the hashtags here.
Right.
Nothing I could do.
You know what I don't like about this
I decided
post?
to do a little extra research. What?
Oh, sorry. One thing I don't like about the post is it says it's okay to be a feminine man and a masculine woman. Now,
yes,
there are men who are very straight who have feminine tendencies, right? Like maybe their wrists are small or they walk a certain type of way, but they're very much men. And then there's women who might be into sports, and because they're into sports, their body is much more like, built bigger.
Toned, yeah.
And so they walk a certain type of way because they got these muscles, right? So they got to look a little bit more beefed up. Like, I feel like they were trying to say that. Well, they weren't trying to say that, but they were trying to put it into the same category by using the two images, like Jeffree Star and that other person that they used. That other person, I believe, really is a woman that just looks masculine, right? But see, when I've seen her on shows, I look at that and I don't think that's a woman trying to be a man. I think that's just a woman who has a masculine aura about her. Now, Jeffree Star, you're right. He can say all day long, I'm a man, I have a penis, I'm not cutting it off. But you wear lipstick, you wear thongs, you wear wigs. You refer to yourself as she, okay? Because like when he talks in the third person, he's like, she was this, that, and the other. So come on, miss me with that. Sorry.
So no, you're good. I'm glad you said that, because it segues right into my next point. I clicked the Save the Femboys hashtag on Twitter. It finally popped up. This is what pops up. It says, Save the Femboys. Gender non-conforming boys are not trans. What the fuck is a non-conforming boy?
I have no idea what these definitions
is. This not grooming, Mo? How can your name be Gays Against Groomers and you're putting out propaganda such as this, which shows you're saying non-conforming gender? What the fuck is that? That sounds like the trans agenda to me.
Yes.
This is all through their page. Save the Femboys. Gay, not queer. Sex, not gender. What? Let's listen to this. Can you guys see the video popping up?
Now we can.
Why did this pop up? My computer's moving so slow right now. It's pissing me off.
You're good.
Transgender girls when we're also femboys.
Wait.
Oh my
what?
God, bro.
So you're a transgendered girl and you're also a femboy? Okay, so explain that one to me.
I don't know. I don't understand these people. I have to take it down for 2 seconds. I don't understand these people. I don't understand how Gays Against Groomers has any sort of voice in this movement. That's what bothers me the most. Save the Tomboys. Gender non-conforming girls are tomboys. What does that mean?
Yeah.
In your original post, you say if kids were born today, they will be told they're trans. But you're not telling them they're trans. You're just saying, well, you're not conforming to what gender is supposed to be, which is fucking trans. It's trans at the end of it.
When I don't understand what side you actually stand on because your verbiage and your posts are so flippity floppity misleading, yeah, we got a problem. We got a problem. Okay. First of all, why do the title of your group, Gays Against Groomers, what the is that?
What is that?
Why do you even have to put that in your name? I don't know.
Why does gay have to be there? Look, I'm not making this up, bro. Trans girls when we're also femboys. That's a boy. That's a boy. This is what these posts bring. They bring more confused teenagers who don't know what they're really dealing with because they don't have anybody to teach them right from wrong. But here we have Gays Against Groomers reinforcing what the trans community is already pushing, which is confusing gender, blurring the lines, making everything fluid. Stop, please. I'm begging you to call this group out. I have been doing this for over a year of trying to raise awareness of exactly what the gay movement is doing on the conservative side. And I'm met with so much force. I'm met with so much resistance. People want to blackball you. Don't talk about this. Don't talk about that. You're going to mess up the movement. We need the gay vote. Mm-hmm. This is what you want our kids learning? This is what is at CPAC? We all hear about the parties. We all know what goes on over here, but we pretend like it's not real. This is grooming.
Yeah.
They have access to teenagers, to children. When does it stop? You want to know what gets worse? What happens when that kid, because your crazy ass as a patriot likes to use DuckDuckGo? What happens when those kids get on the internet and type in femboys? You want to see what happens? You want to talk about grooming? Pornography. Pornography. This is what kids are going to find on DuckDuckGo. Not on the second page, not on the third page, on the first page when you type it in.
Just out of
Page
curiosity,
1.
type in tomboy after that. I'm just curious because they also have a post about Save the Tomboys. So now tomboys are part of this as well. See how they're defining tomboys? Like even that's messed up.
I just can't, bro. I can't. I want people to wise the fuck up is what I want. I want Christians to be Christians. The gay who strayed is out of order. Nobody's calling her out. She's posting propaganda directed at our children. You're going so hard at the left that you're not paying attention to the monster that's right here.
Yep.
Non-binary rights are human rights. Like, bro, what human rights don't they them have? You're pushing a non-conforming gender idea. So how are you against non-binary? They are not conforming to any gender. It's the same fucking thing. It's the
so
same
confusing.
thing. You're
so
calling
confusing.
to save the femboys and the tomboys because we're not all bound to this gender ideology, whatever, this heteronormative ideology floating around, but you're against it, but you claim to be fighting for us. And then everybody is confused because you're mind fucking them. I'm sorry, I know I'm going on a rant, but this is the stuff that I come across all the time. And when I put a video out on it or I talk about it, then I'm doing something wrong. I'm fighting for your children because you're fucking not. Don't you use DuckDuckGo? The first thing that pops up when you type in femboys is pornography. Go ask Gays Against Groomers why they're grooming children. I don't have anything else to say.
And you guys, every last one of you that is like, oh, have you seen Sound of Freedom? We need to save our children. This is part of it. This is part of it. They're confusing your kids on purpose.
It's sick, dude. Their page is fucking sick.
Yeah.
You want to know what else is sick? And I came up with a new phrase. You're gonna be like, Soonie, don't you ever bring that to the show, and I won't. I'm gonna keep it on my platform and my platform only. But Planned Parenthood is now saying that virginity is a social construct.
Why?
Is virginity a social construct? You want to know why? Some people haven't had penis and vagina sex, but they've had other kinds of sex, like oral sex or anal sex. They may or may not see themselves as virgins.
You're not a virgin. Sorry.
You're good.
You're not a virgin if you've had any type of sex. It doesn't seriously. Am I off base there?
No.
When you give your body to another person in a sexual way, you are no longer a virgin. I hate to break it to you. So those of you girls that are like, I'm a virgin, and you've been giving hand jobs and blow jobs thinking that that's got you safe. No.
You're not a virgin.
The jig is up.
Wait, it gets better. And they may or may not see themselves as virgins. And there are lesbian, gay, bisexual, or pansexual people who may have never had penis and vagina sex at all, but they probably don't see themselves as lifelong virgins just because they haven't had penis and vagina sex. Many people, and this is where the lines get blurred. You ready? Because this is why I'm coming out with my next hot take.
All right.
Many people believe rape and sexual assault aren't sex.
Isn't that convenient?
So guess what rape is?
What is it? Because now I'm really
a social construct. Doesn't exist.
Why?
That makes sense, right? Is everybody following the logic?
They're desensitizing everybody from everything.
Mm-hmm. So because the definition of virginity is just so complicated. It's just so complicated. And because we can't really define what sex is, then rape is not considered sex, and neither is sexual assault. So then what are they? It's a social construct. You're opening the floodgates for psychos to come in and do whatever the fuck they want to the most vulnerable parts of our population in this country, which is women and children. We are the weak links in this MFR. And we need to grasp that instead of taking hold to these concepts that make no rational sense. Virginity is a social construct.
I'm at a loss.
Repeal the 19th.
So I was just seeing if they changed the definition of virginity because I just wanted to check it. And it says the definition of virginity is the state of never having had sexual intercourse. The definition of intercourse is communication or dealings between individuals or groups. So intercourse is defined as a communication or a dealing. Okay. So if you are blowjobbing, dry humping, finger banging, butt poking, whatever you want to call it, you dealing with somebody at that point. So guess what? You're not a virgin anymore, especially if you getting excited by it.
I'm not playing, y'all. This is on their Twitter. Not kidding.
Wow.
We need to start coming out with the exact opposite of their propaganda and in the extreme form. I'm not going to put the graphic up here, but I'm going to post it on my page after this show because I have been looking for some form of argument for me to make. If virginity is a social construct, then so is consent.
Mm-hmm.
So is grape. So is molestation. So is any other word that can translate you coming in contact with someone else's private part. It's all a social construct. So if that person doesn't define what they're doing as grape, then guess what? You can't accuse them of grape because they don't believe it to be grape. That's where we're going. This is what happens when you let women take over. They come up with dumb ideologies like this. Dumb ideals that make no sense to anybody with 2 brain cells to rub together. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand what these people are doing. Gays Against Groomers, they're groomers. They're grooming your children. I just showed you what pops up when you type in femboys. I didn't put pornography after it. I put femboys in DuckDuckGo, which is supposed to be the safest route for you to have, right? It's supposed to be protecting your data.
Yeah, it ain't. It's not safe anywhere anymore.
Hey, man. People think I'm crazy when I take these extreme takes, but y'all don't read what I read and y'all don't see what I see on a regular basis because Americans are so inundated with social issues, with what's on social media, that we're not taking the time to read and look at anything.
Yeah, we really are getting dumber. And I wasn't even expecting you to take, because we had been talking about your post about this topic, but like I wasn't even expecting you to take it this far. But I thought I had heard it all. Okay. I thought I had heard it all this morning when I saw an article that said the racial inequality of sleep. And then I heard this. So, by the way, if you didn't catch that, sleep is now racist. They did a study that said Black Americans aren't sleeping as well as white people. So, white people, if you see a Black person, give them some of your Z's because you are far more privileged.
That white supremacy, bro.
That white supremacy will get you every time, though.
It's a bad mamma jamma. I'm telling you.
You know what's crazy, Soonie?
Over there.
Is you're like me, and it took me a while to like get used to it because our schedules are so like you're in the future. Yeah. But Soonie gets to bed early. She Black.
I absolutely do. I go to bed early.
Right. It must be that husband of yours that's mixed.
He whitewashed me.
See? Don't listen. Sleep next to a white man, and you gonna sleep better. If you got 2 Black people in a bed, you could forget about it. You're gonna be you're gonna be up all night for good reasons or for bad reasons.
Oh my goodness, dude. I hope everybody enjoyed this Repeal the 19th edition because we really, really, really should really see what women are doing in this country and call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let pearly things cheapen what I've been talking about for a number of years now. I'm going to keep going because when God sees fit, it'll happen. It's frustrating that all these people are coming out and saying what I've said and getting all these crazy amounts of views and attention. Their voices are amplified everywhere. And these are not even original ideas that they believe in. It's not.
No.
People can say that women are at the helm of all this, but they won't call out the Gays Against Groomers. Wake up with Linda. You're friends with Christian Walker, who's a part of Gays with Groomers.
And Rob.
All of you have been pushing the Sound of Freedom movie. Why are you not calling out the groomers on our own side? These people go to CPAC. Lady Mag is at CPAC. That's grooming.
Yep.
You're going to push this femboy and tomboy whole ideals to these kids. And what is that? Isn't that instilling or indoctrinating children to think that there is no such thing as gender norms?
Yeah.
You can be non-binary. I'm sorry. Oops. Non-conforming, which is non-binary.
Oh, man.
Let me know when to stop.
Listen, you know what I'm really curious about? You got to go watch it because Brandon and Candace did a video for her show called The Hard Truth. And the title was, Is Homosexuality Ruining Western Civilization? And absolutely. I'm really, it is. And Brandon said it was. But I'm curious, like, what kind of conversation happens in his home because, you know, he's very open about the fact that Corinne is friends with a lot of gay people, with Rob, once upon a time with Christian, you know, what's the other one? Dave Rubin is all their friends, right?
They're a net negative in society.
I find it hard to believe that you can say what they're saying in this video about homosexuals and that the people that are gay around them are just like, yeah, that's cool. Unless they don't believe it.
Listen, they're a detriment to society. This is the African American community alone, and these are statistics from the CDC. Okay? From the CDC. Over 40% of HIV, people with HIV in America, are Black. If you break that number down even more, and I'm going to pull it up. Hold on. If you look at the numbers and you see who's infecting who, it is definitely bisexual men infecting women, which in my mind puts you at an automatic disadvantage of you becoming a net negative in society because you're spreading a deadly disease. So your relationship does not bear any fruit. It bears diseases. People die. You lose nerves back there. People can't hold their shit in anymore after getting their shit packed in for so long. They don't talk about all these things. That's a fact. They have leakage.
That made my stomach hurt.
Listen, bro. What does that say? Of the 37,968 new HIV diagnoses in the US, 69% were gay or bisexual men who have sex with other men. 24% were heterosexual, meaning they got it from a bisexual person. Look at the numbers. They are a net negative in society. I know it hurts your feelings when I say it, but it's a fact. We don't need their votes. You literally dropped the Black vote, conservatives, to go pick up bundles of sticks. I need to get off or we're not going to have a channel. This makes me so irate. It makes me so mad.
You said bundles of sticks.
Because I can't say it. It makes me so mad. Bro, I'm about to cry. You guys are going to see how frustrating this really is to me. It bothers me. What? Why do we need their vote? Why are they so important to this movement? To the fact that our representatives are going to codify same-sex marriage into law. Have people been paying attention to this movement?
Yeah. We need only straight, highly toxic males to vote. Okay. No more women. No more gays.
Did I give a compelling argument as to why we need to repeal the 19th? I feel like this show is probably the most compelling argument I've ever formulated. Because, bro, I'm done. I'm so done. Well, Soonie, sounds like you have a disease phobia.
That's funny.
I'm scared of HIV. You're right.
Who isn't? Who isn't? Man. Woo-wee. Well, are you going to talk about Suki with the good coochie? Because don't you want to just cap it off?
You want to laugh? So Suki with the good coochie went to the UK and acted a plumb fool. And you know who grabbed the video? Who grabbed the video, Mo? Guess who grabbed it?
In the UK?
No, who grabbed the video to post? They couldn't wait.
Oh, you grabbed it.
No, right-wing angel. Oh, that nigga couldn't wait. He said, "Oh, Black woman acting ratchet in front of white folks. I'm putting it on my page."
Listen,
he couldn't wait to post this.
I'm surprised. Wait, you remember the video that I sent you? Is Sukiana? Is that the same person?
Yes, it's the same person.
So she's the same one that says she loves to pee on herself.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I got you. See? Suki all over my timeline.
Okay, let me turn this on.
I'm trying to get my coochie stretched. I'm trying to get my coochie stretched and eating
stretched.
We be eating this ass today and London. Period. Baby.
Look at the white people.
Wait. Can you make it bigger and can we play it again?
I gotta download it.
Okay. She said,
I got you.
hold
Just
up.
talk. I got you.
She said, I'm gonna get my coochie stretch. I'm gonna get my coochie stretch. First of all, I am going to take the audio from that and like recreate. You know how I do my little reenactment videos on TikTok? I'm about to reenact it with that. Shit. That is so vile. That is so vile.
Her face. She said,
yeah.
You know how white people, we say white people is clutching their pearls. Karen,
I didn't even pay
pearls, bro.
I didn't even pay attention to the white people. That's why I need you to play it again.
Hold on. I got it. I got you. Hold on. Before I play it again.
And she was in Europe. They were like, did she say coochie scratch?
Did she say eating ass?
That lady don't know what to do.
She's stuck. She's like,
that lady looked like she got a padlock on her coochie. Like it ain't been open since 1959. Like she opened her legs and bats just fly out. Okay, when that one opens her leg.
Bats fly out. She got cobwebs in there. She got glow in the dark poop in there because you know bats
that's
shit
so
that
gross.
Weird. Ugh.
Play it again.
Ugh.
Play it again.
Play it again. Okay, hold on. Let me upload it. Oh my gosh.
She needs to go. She really needs to go.
I'm trying to get my coochie stretch. I'm trying to get my coochie stretch and eat a nigga ass. We be eating nigga ass today in London. Period. Baby. I'm trying to get this coochie stretch.
Okay. The girl in the back. Okay.
I'm trying to get my coochie stretch. I'm trying to get my coochie stretch and eat a nigga ass.
You want to know why I'm laughing?
Why?
I'm laughing because those white people are going to think that that's what black people are like in America. And you know who's going to help them? The conservatives. Because they're going to post that all over the place and be like, oh my God, look at that. She's ratchet. This is what she does at home. She going to do it in Japan. She going to do it in the UK. This hoe would probably scream in motherfucking Dubai and get arrested.
Oh, yeah.
What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it?
We're going to play the next clip of Suki so you can hear what else she be doing. I'm sorry to end the show like this, but y'all need to know. Y'all need to know what I go through being friends with Soonie.
Yes, because you are colorful and sexually liberated. Like even right now, you're going viral on Twitter for released OnlyFans that you were playing with yourself, and it's apparently 100% piss is what people are saying.
Yep, it was 100% piss. I love pissing.
Okay,
I love to pee on myself.
Okay, and some of the comments are really disgusting.
Well, no, the thing is, I'm a disgusting person, so it's just like people been knew that about me. I don't give a fuck. Y'all can keep posting my OnlyFans videos. I mean, I don't do OnlyFans no more.
But what do you say to them that say she's a terrible representation for black women? Stop posting her. She's disgusting.
I feel like when they say disgusting, they're not fucking lying. I feel like the people ain't, if you, whatever you heard about me is the truth. I don't give a fuck. You know how you break.
She said straight out, I'm disgusting.
She said, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Wait till there's
she
more.
Don't care.
Wait till she talks about being a mother. This is the topping on the repeal the 19th cake.
All barriers, you break them by telling them everything.
Yeah.
So now that I told you everything, is no exposing. Like it is what it is, bitch.
So let me ask you this.
I did OnlyFans during the pandemic. We were all fucked up. Some of y'all was sucking dick for free and still had no food in your fridge. And I'm not judging because I done been there. We all done had somebody that ain't had no money like that, but we was fucking with them because we fuck with them. But at the end of the day, I had to do what I had to do to take care of my motherfucking kids and put a roof over my head and my kids' head. So how I hustle ain't got shit to do with these hoes, because these hoes be out here really fucked up in real life, nasty, trifling, fucking multiple niggas. And if that's your hustle, that's your hustle. But bitch, I'm talking about the hoes that be hating on me. Me personally, if you said I'm disgusting, you was right. So niggas still that I don't know think about me. Like, what the fuck? I have my fan base already. I already made it. I already won. But at the end of the day, like, I'm an adult entertainer.
Okay.
It just so happens that I'm a TV star and I'm a rapper. So people like to put a lot of expectations on me. I'm a hood girl. They want to put these expectations on me to try to come for me. And it's like, there's a lot of porn stars. There's a lot of OnlyFans girls. There's a lot of adult entertainers. There's a lot of bitches that sing about sucking dick just like Lil' Kim, her motherfucking self.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about getting it, taking it in the ass. And Dina Howard and all of the motherfucking asses done did it. Y'all bitches thought that y'all bitches think I'm the shit. And I tell you all the time, bitch, I ain't shit. So stop trying to motherfucking make me this bitch where you are in a nice house, everything they want. And I love them to death. I would do anything for them. Like, I spend time with my kids. Besides me rapping, I go right home. I would do a show, then go home, take my kids to school. I love them.
Speaking of kids.
Wait, can you just imagine she does her OnlyFans video, she's peeing on herself and she's like, oh shoot, I gotta get these kids to school.
Take my
and
kids to school.
She just like wet wipes herself and takes the kids to school smelling like piss.
Well, she don't care that her kids, she's on Love and Hip Hop. That is something that almost every black home watches. And when I say almost every black home, I mean it. I'm not even exaggerating. It's rare if we don't watch Ratchet TV.
Mm-hmm.
But they get to see their mom doing this. So when they get bullied, it's her fault.
Yeah.
This is why we need to repeal the 19th, because women have too much freedom. This is clear. They have the freedom to do disgusting shit like this and then drag their kids along for the ride and then blame men for being shitty, right? Nobody talks about how crappy of a mom she is, because she's a shitty mom. You might provide a roof. You might sit there and kiki and love your kids, but you're not a mother. You're their fucking friend. You're providing food, money, and shelter. That's about it.
Yeah. And you know what? Shame on the host of the show that was interviewing her, because he's a black man. What happened to protect black women? And you want people to see your community in a different way. Why are you bringing this trashy representation of a woman? I'm not even going to say of a black woman, of a woman, period. She's a trashy representation of how a woman should carry herself. Why are you bringing her on your show for clicks? I know we just played it, but we're putting a lot of context around it that we do not condone this. And this is more of an example of how the media loves to push this type of video to make you think that all black women are like this, or even if they're doing it with, the videos that they push out about black men, that all black men are like a certain type of way.
Yep.
I don't know. I just think it's disgusting. Disgusting.
We reinforce this shit. Like, so the way right wing Angel puts out this information is, here, look, I'm gonna put it on blast.
Mm-hmm.
I think the way we discuss things is like, look at this. I'm gonna put it on blast, but we're talking, right? We're saying this does not represent black women. Why are you doing this? I thought it was protect black women. Versus when they do it, it's always a very antagonistic, like, I'm just gonna poke the bear. And I thought you were gonna protect black women. It's more of a discussion. Like, look, if Suki with a good coochie hit me up, was like, I'm trying to come on your show, I didn't like the way you was talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
I would come on and have a full-blown discussion with her. And I would definitely be like, repeal the 19th, bro. You're ratchet. This is crazy. I can't believe you do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep the same energy, but I think we go about, the way conservatives go about putting this out is more of it's somewhat of a promotion of this behavior instead of condemning it.
Right.
With reason.
Well, because you could still put this video out and say, as a black man, this does not represent black women.
Exactly.
And I'm using my platform to show you this video that is not a representation of black women. He should say that, because he's married to a very beautiful, seemingly conservative black woman. I would have even put that next to a picture of my wife and been like, this is a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
This is trash.
We agree.
Seriously.
We here.
Yeah.
We here.
Seriously.
We got one more funny and we're going to close out the show. I got to go take my babies to the pool. and I have to talk to my son about. I have to give you guys a story time Friday. Listen,
Soonie
the
almost beat a bitch
ratchet
up.
side of me. A matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you now because the ratchet side of me came out. Oh, it came out. Listen, I was calling about my son's sports because he's really into soccer, and I put him into a fundamental camp to where he can learn and get prepared for his actual season. He's also really good at football. So we take sports in our house serious. We put money behind our kids to cultivate their gifts. This is what parents are supposed to do, right?
Mhm.
So you're expecting a certain type of quality of product. You're expecting a certain type of quality customer service when you pay as much money as we do for these sports. Okay. So I called because they had not let me know when the camp started, where he needed to be, if he needed shin guards, what's necessary. I had no clue. And he had been asking me about it. So I find out that the camp started a full week and a half ago. I called the sports center. Hi, this is Soonie. I'm just trying to figure out some information on my kid in the summer camp. This bitch don't speak no English, which made me 10 times more mad because you are on a military American installation. Speak English or go get a job in the local area, right? So she couldn't give me the information and she was trying, which is why I was not mean to her. She tried. I said, can I talk to someone else? So the other person, this is the person that decided to bring the ratchet out of me, got on the phone and got real testy. I kept the same energy. Ma'am, I'm just looking for some information. I didn't receive an email. Where do I bring my son for his soccer camp? You can check Facebook. We posted on Facebook. Ma'am, I'm calling to get the information from you. Well, the camp started a week and a half ago. Ma'am, clearly I know the camp has started, or I wouldn't be calling you, would I? Common sense. Okay. And I said this to her. And she just decided to keep talking. And I said, are you paying for this? Well, no. So why you have an attitude with me? I'm paying for this. So really you're wasting my motherfucking money because I don't have no information on where to take my child. And she decided to cut me off. Don't ever do that to me on the phone, especially when you are a rude bitch. So you know what I said? You're going to refund me my money, or you going to tell me where my son's camp is. And I said, you know what? Matter of fact, it's okay because I'm going to come talk to you. And I hung up the phone.
Dude, you know when you hear that, it's over for you. Okay, when somebody's coming down to talk to you.
Don't talk to me that way. Well, are you going to bring them? I said, oh, no. So I hung up the phone. Okay. Now, if you're ever on a military installation, you will probably understand they move things around 24/7. So where something was last month might be in a completely different building. You kind of got to talk to somebody who knows where to go. So I'm calling. Where are you located? Across the street from the E Club. Across the street from the E Club is a bunch of woods. Where are you located? We're in building 1850. You know what? I hung up again because now you're being evasive and where the fuck you are. So then I pull up. No, first I dropped my kids off because my daughter had gymnastics. So I dropped my kids off. And on the way, I called my husband. I'm snapping. I'm like, this bitch, you ain't gonna talk to me that way. And he's like, what? Dang, that's crazy. You calm down though. Like, don't be going up in there doing all this. And I said, no, you're right. So we get to where we're going.
And mind you, Soonie's texting me on WhatsApp and she's like, yo, call me. I need to talk. And I'm like, oh shit. Soonie's calling all her lifelines. Like, please, somebody talk me out of going down to this rec center right now and ended up like AJ Owens. Okay.
I was fucking hot, bro. So I dropped my kids off and my husband's outside. He's waiting for us. And he said, are you going over to the youth service? I said, yeah, I'm gonna go figure this out. He said, our son, take our son with you. I said, nope, get out. I'll be back. He was like, so you're not taking him? You sure you don't want to take him? I said, no. And we have kind of like this unspoken communication of where he's like, I already know you on it, bro. You're on it. And if I try to get in your way, it's about to be a whole problem. So he was just like, all right. And I think he knew because originally in the conversation, he was like, that's not where the youth sports office is anymore. So he already knew I wasn't going to find it, which is why he let me go on my way.
For their benefit. He was giving you some extra cool off time.
He really did.
Yeah. By the time you found the place, you were about to be less hot.
It was closed.
Yeah.
That's another thing. So I finally found it. And when I walked up, I pulled on the door and she said, sorry, man, we're closed. And I said,
I bet you are.
I got in the car and I pulled around and crazy. My husband is outside waiting for me. He says, you're upset. I know you are. And you have every right to be because that's not professional. But fill out an ICE report. He said, please don't go up in there acting stupid. Don't go in there acting like she is because you look 10 times worse. But when you don't play with me and my kids, bro. Don't do that. And don't be a bitch when I'm talking to you on the phone and you want to pop brolic because I will pull up on you. If I'm 10 minutes away, look, talk to me reckless about some pizza. Okay, I'm going to be there. You're either going to refund me my money or you about to get this straight. Because either way, which way you want it. I'll be Burger King for a little bit because you can have it your way. That's where I was at. I was about to beat this lady's ass, bro.
And then what's funny about it is when Soonie messaged me and she's like, yo, call me, okay? And I was like, damn, I had just seen it because I was at my mom's making pizza. So I call Soonie and she tells me this whole story that y'all just heard. And she's like, yo, I'm just trying to figure out what to do because now this is fucking up all my shit. Like Tuesdays, I got the shows. This thing's happening on Tuesday. And how am I going to make this work if they can't get their schedule right? And I'm just like, Soonie, how long is the training for? How long is the camp? She's like 10 days. I was like, so we'll just do our Tuesday show for the 10 days on a different day. Like it was that easy, but Soonie was looking for conflict. Okay. I
wanted to fight.
Conflict. Yeah. She didn't want resolution, but look how many people it took to get her. And then after me, it was Erica. Because then after she got on the phone with me, she was like, yo, all right, let me call Erica. Let her know what's going on. I was like, dang, she's not even done yet.
Bro, I was so mad.
Sootie's a girl sometimes, y'all. This is the proof.
I am. If I would have got to that lady, bro, they would have had the MPs up there because I would have beat the shit out of her. I would have beat the fuck out of her. And I hope you watching this live, bitch, wherever you at. I hope you come in contact with this shit. Because if I ever find you, I remember your name.
Listen,
I'm going to have words with you. Because I guarantee you don't talk to me like this face to face.
Listen, Yoko, wherever you're at. Okay. Just next time, put a little honey on your words with Soonie, okay? Just tell her you're sorry. Bow your head. Hope that Soonie's in a good mood that day.
I knew better than to call you because I would have been in jail for real.
Oh yeah. No. You call Red Pill, she's gonna spin you all the way up. Okay. She is gonna spin you all the way up. Red Pill, you are not on the call list, okay?
Y'all. I'm telling this story to say because Mo was like, bro, this goes in perfect with Repeal the 19th.
It did.
Had it not been for my husband, who understood what I needed in that moment was to just cool off. He was like, bro, you're not going to find where you're going. Go ahead. He already knew. He's like, it's not there. I said, yes, it is. I'm going up there. And he was like, babe, it's not there. And eventually he gave up. This goes back to the story that I told earlier of this unspoken communication that husbands and wives have together.
Yeah.
Where you understand what that person needs in the moment and you meet that need when the sirens were going off. Had it not been for him, had it not been for Erica, just go in there and talk calm. Had it not been for Mo, bro, we can alter the show. It's okay. I wouldn't be doing this show today because I would probably be in trouble at the military office because I wasn't playing. Listen. Yeah. I was in my office on the phone as soon as she raised her voice. Okay. We hadn't even got to the end of the conversation. I was already in my car on my way there.
I'm surprised she didn't do a live. I'm surprised she didn't go live.
I was too mad for that. No. Yeah. I was way too mad for that.
Yeah, and she even messaged me earlier on, I think before any of this happened, and she was like, hey, I might be a little bit late to the show because I'm at a soccer game right now. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I set up the show at 10 minutes past the hour that we normally start, just give her a little cushion. But I was like, it ain't a thing. Like, if she ain't there by 8:10, I'll start the show and then she'll jump in. Like, it's not a thing. But we really have been on a streak of doing our shows, because there was a while there where we were having to move it around. So I know like how aggravating it can be. And our audience looks forward to seeing us on Tuesdays, and they get mad. Red Pill be getting mad that I don't do certain segments when she wants me to do them. So yeah. So you guys, next Tuesday, we're gonna put up a graphic for when we decide to reschedule the Tuesday show. But we'll have 2 shows that week. It just probably won't be on Tuesday.
It won't. That's my story time. That's my relatable moment, transparent moment of the day. I had to repeal the 19th moment because I was about to whoop this bitch's ass up and down the street, bro. Don't talk to me like that. And your feet away from me.
Yeah.
And you 10 minutes, 20 minutes away. Sooney's pulling up.
Yeah.
And the Lord needs to deliver that part of me.
Deliver. Everybody pray. Your husband needs to put hands on you tonight and just pray for you. Shout out to Soonie's husband for sending her in the wrong direction. Shout out to a husband who knows his wife well enough that she just needed a little bit of time to cool off. And he wasn't about to have a discussion with her because that wasn't going to go well. He knew his wife well enough to know how to handle her, and sending her in the wrong direction was it. And then he told her, now you need to do a report. You need to find. This is the same advice you give people that act crazy, right? Why don't you?
He was like, oh snap, somebody done did something to these kids. It's over, bro. Don't play with my kids. And on top of that, that's what I said too. I'm paying for this shit. You better tell me where to go. See, Proverbs.
This is why she don't get the call, though. This is why.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, y'all want Mind to Mo. So I was discussing a Mind to Mo thought with Soonie last night, but it's not like the typical Mind to Mo. It's Mo's got. Yeah, Mo's got a theory about something. And I want to show you guys everything I did to actually go through this thought process. So I think I might maybe carve out some time.
She actually got me
thinking.
Because I actually went to go look at what you were talking about when I was in bed last night. And it's a little too deep of a rabbit hole for me, but I'm very interested in hearing you talk about it.
Yeah.
Because I was quiet. I'm never quiet. I was like, ooh.
Yeah. Just a hint. What it's about is when I went to go see the Sound of Freedom, and the scene, if you guys haven't seen it in the Sound of Freedom, there's a scene where they show how they're transporting these 2 kids that they took, and they're transporting them on the cargo ships, right? So when I saw the movie, I instantly thought of during COVID, all those cargo ships stuck out in the ocean that couldn't come into port because Trump had shut down a lot of the ports and stuff because of COVID. Like, the trucking companies weren't moving. So if they can't receive the stuff, then the ships just have to sit out there. So it sent me down a rabbit hole of researching the timeline of quotes from President Trump, actions from President Trump from the time that we found out about COVID until now, all because I thought to myself, holy shit, could this whole thing have been constructed, the COVID stuff, right, on an effort to help the trafficked children? Now, some of you guys may be going, oh my God, Mo, that's crazy. But in the movie, and this actually did happen in real life, they made up a virus to be able to go onto this island in this country that was controlled by vigilantes. And the only way they could get on there was if they made up this deadly virus that they needed to send doctors to go vaccinate people. And that's how they found these kids. I'm sorry, spoiler alert, but I'm sure a lot of you guys have already seen this.
Yeah.
So then I started to think about that. I was like, holy cow, what if all this was just a ploy to get in there and save children? The Suez Canal, yes. And And it was like Trump's idea, because all you see when you look up Trump's quotes, when you see them all laid out now a couple years later, he was trying to reassure people like, don't worry, it's fine. Don't worry, everything's fine.
Yeah.
We're testing people. It's not that bad of it. But then in come the Democrats and it completely switched. Okay. They went from we're not taking this vaccine to now, oh, you got to get the vaccine. So it was almost like they flipped the script on Trump when they found out what he was doing and how he was using this to create this opportunity to build walls, to stop people from traveling, to keep these ships out in the ocean, to keep trucking people. Where did they find a lot of these kids? Stored in trucks, not just kids, but human beings in general, stored in these trucks. Okay. In the process of me researching all this, I found out that there were 3 separate incidences during that time where cargo trucks or cargo ships just lost their cargo into the ocean, which made me think, holy shit, what if they thought, well, by the time they let us into these ports, we can't bring a bunch of dead, smelly human beings that have been stored in a cargo container at sea for weeks. So we got to get rid of the evidence.
That's some movie shit. But it sounds plausible.
Yeah.
See how quiet I was? That's how quiet I was on the phone when she was telling me. I was like, damn.
Yeah. It's wild, y'all. That's how Mind of Mo really does work, though. Like when Mind of Mo is in full effect, that's what happens. I literally woke up from my sleep at 6 o'clock in the morning and I was like, oh my God, I got to look this up. I need a timeline.
Yeah.
That's how it works. It's crazy.
Hold on. What is that? Trump did start an FBI task force for trafficking. Yeah. I think the one was called Operation Legend. Wasn't that one of them?
Yeah.
Operation Legend.
Tim Ballard was part of the Operation Underground Railroad, which was made possible by Trump. So, and yes, okay, so that was the other thing that I was looking up, is how many kids were rescued and how many sex traffickers were prosecuted during Trump's presidency. But I went back to other presidencies as well. I think Obama was the only one that even came close to the numbers that Trump had, which is very interesting also.
Right.
But it was early on in Obama's presidency that took place. But Trump just had like continual growth upon growth upon growth. Yeah, he really did. Until the Democrats shut it all down. They defunded all those programs.
That's wild. That's wild, man.
Yeah. So we can go into that next week. If you guys are
because
joining,
I want to talk about I feel like we should go into even more how conservatives receive this movie. And you definitely should highlight that, because more people need to consider that. I don't think that that's too far-fetched, to be honest. Like, that doesn't sound like a conspiracy theory to me.
Yeah.
At all.
No. I mean, now knowing what we know about what the government can do and, so anyways, if you guys are interested in it, drop a comment below and I'll work on that. I'll just have to show you real time, like everything that I was looking up.
You should record it as you do it when you're looking these things up. That's what I do. That's how I did those videos. I just put the video on and recorded my reaction to the video and had everything pulled up. It kind of was just organic.
Oh, like do it separately?
Yeah. 1 second. I'm getting a phone call.
Oh, that's crazy. Mind of Mo, look at the finders. What is that? Don't get on the blotter fighting. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, real quick, while Sooni's on her phone call, if you guys are still here with me, make sure that you are subscribed to the Let's Talk Darling channel, because that's my solo channel. Today I announced on my channel that I'm going to be doing a solo. I'm going to be back on my channel solo, in addition to here on Somewhere in the Middle. I'm going to talk about a lot more fun, silly things that I want to talk about over there that Sooni's not so much interested in. So make sure you're subscribed to Let's Talk Darling on YouTube. And then what I think I'm going to do, unless it doesn't work out with the numbers when I'm starting to see my analytics, is I think I'm going to do a daytime solo show the same day we have this show. So Tuesday, I'm going to do a live show, maybe in the afternoon. And then Friday, I'll do a live show again in the afternoon. And then I'll see you guys right back here for the nighttime show with Soonie. So hopefully that will work out, and it will be a live show. I'm going to do live stuff. I'm not going to do any pre-recorded stuff like I used to before because I just don't have time to do editing and all this other stuff. Soonie's getting a call about that woman watching this. What woman? Suki with the good coochie? Thank you so much, Judy. What a great show. I appreciate you guys watching. Now under Uncle Joe, DOJ removes sex trafficking. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I'll definitely go through it with you guys. I mean, I by no means like finished researching all this stuff, but it's interesting how sometimes something can like trigger you to think, and then like, oh yeah, football Karen, someone can trigger you to think, and then you just, your mind just goes down a rabbit hole. And I've been thinking about like how the pandemic kind of came about. Trump's involvement versus Biden's involvement. And I think it's also a good exercise for us to get kind of reminded on how those events actually occurred, because when the election starts to approach and they start to do debates, those are all going to be things that are talked about. So it's probably good that we get refreshed on what really happened. Who really did what? Okay.
Who really did what? In regards to what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
In regards to the research that I was doing for the trafficking theory, I was saying a lot of that stuff is going to be important for us to kind of get refreshed on leading up to like the primaries and the debates and things like that, because what's going to be brought up, right, is Trump's support of the vaccine. Okay.
Absolutely.
Right. And I sent Soonie an article because in my research of this other situation of the trafficking stuff, I found a quote from Trump where he was literally bragging that the doctors who were kind of explaining everything that was going on with COVID and how diseases work and all this other stuff and vaccines and blah, 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 that he bragged about them making mention that he had a very keen understanding of this stuff. And y'all remember that a lot of Trump supporters, when you even question the fact that he has supported this vaccine, will say, well, maybe he's just not aware, right? Like he doesn't know all the ins and outs of vaccines. Mind you, Trump was a major, outspoken person when it came to vaccines because he believed that they caused autism when he was a Democrat, right?
We have an update. Guys, we have an update.
Okay, update. Live
this
update.
Just hit 10 minutes ago. Just before we go, I put it in your DMs.
Just dropped. My stomach just dropped.
Oh, this is about to be funny.
Are you kidding me right now?
Oh, snap. Drum
Hoover
roll.
Police Department says there is no evidence toddler was walking down the interstate. Well, duh. Okay, I said that. Oh. Why is it not playing?
This video has no sound. Wow, Hollywood Unlocked.
Okay, so the Hoover Police Department has revealed new details about the investigation into the disappearance of Carly Russell, a 25-year-old woman from Hoover, blah, blah, blah. While the police department is still actively investigating the case and gathering evidence, according to WVTM 30, they revealed today that the snack food type items Carly bought prior to going missing from Target on Highway 280 were never found anywhere in or around. Is this Cheez-It Gate? Furthermore, new information released by the police contradicts an earlier report of a toddler walking down the interstate, which was initially told to cops. Police say they have no evidence to support this claim, nor did they receive any other calls regarding a child on the interstate. Police also say that the surveillance footage they obtained from her residence reportedly showing her walking down the sidewalk before arriving home at 9/11. Initially, she told law enforcement officials that she was unresponsive, but when first responders arrived, she was conscious and speaking. They are now waiting for a second interview with Carly. This is very typical, right? So they'll interview them multiple times to get inconsistencies in the stories, because as the days pass, you forget the lies you done told.
Yep. I'm telling you, this bitch is crazy and her family hiding it, man. I just can't. If this entire story is a juicy smoothie story and she literally did this to go missing to make her boyfriend jealous.
Yeah.
I'm done with
Listen,
life.
that could mean that Mo actually won one for once. Like I was actually right. That it wasn't just mental illness, because I'm putting my money on, yeah, she's obviously mentally ill, but she like willingly came up with this plan. That's where my money's at. She's crazy. She
brought
made this up. She brought snacks. See, dude,
she bought snacks before vanishing. But she said the man with the orange hair fed her Cheez-Its.
I'm telling you, she was probably sitting in her car like, damn, dude, like, what's this story going to be before I get out right quick? And she looked over and saw the bag of cheeses and she was like, all right, Cheez-Its, they're orange. Man with an orange hair eating Cheez-Its. They fed me Cheez-Its. Oh, there goes an 18-wheeler. Remember? Because she said he was driving an 18-wheeler. Yeah, that's right. Like, that's what she's doing. I'm telling you.
Oh, my goodness. I'm about to do a whole TikTok and just laugh.
Who sent you that?
I was scrolling on my IG and that popped up.
Oh, man.
Guys, we're going to have a fun Friday show. I'm sure we're going to have a whole bunch of updates when it comes to this. I'm hoping we have more updates in regards to the Susan Lawrence story. And I'm hoping more people actually highlight that story, because this bitch deserves to go to jail forever for murder. Not for manslaughter, for murder. I'm going to post the videos and clips so that you guys can share it and it's not so long. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. And please pray for me and my ratchetness, because I'm not all the way delivered. I'm just not.
Deliver her, Jesus.
Delivered me. Because whoever, Ling Ling, Ming Ming, whatever her name was, she was about to get beat.
Her name really was Ling Ling or Ming Ming?
I don't know.
I wasn't even... Oh, dude. I'm so done. To be continued, y'all. If Soonie ain't in jail by next week, we will have a show and we'll let you know what day it comes on. Or Friday. No. Oh, real quick, before y'all go, Friday, we have... Y'all remember the Pastor Brian confrontation at the Temecula School Board meeting?
Yes.
Okay, with the white gentleman. We are interviewing his wife on Friday. She reached out to me. She wants to speak to us. She's ready to share her story from her husband's point of view. Her husband is still very much, not in a good place with this, but she wants to get the story out on what really happened at that school board meeting. So we are the exclusive on this. Okay, we're the only ones that have her. We're the only ones that have heard this side. They were supposed to go to Officer Tatum. That didn't happen because he wasn't ready to talk. Maybe they didn't want to talk to the wife. She wants to talk to us.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's going to be Friday's show. We're going to have her on. I'm super excited about that.
It's going to be fun because we've been talking about Pastor Brian and these new charges, as well as his behavior in the past. So it'd be nice to put all the pieces together to this event, because we've only heard one side.
Yep.
Now, of course, I'm like, why talk about it now? Like, it's over. It's done. Why talk about it now? But these people haven't spoken out, like Mo said. No one has ever heard their side. No one has ever heard what the guy was thinking during that whole thing. They've successfully painted him as this predator-like figure who was going after children, when that little girl should have kept her motherfucking hands to herself and minded her business. And we wouldn't be here had she done that.
That's right. So
but
we got lots of
Pastor Brian likes to play Captain Save-A-Ho with black women and protect them from invisible white supremacy.
Yeah, that's right. All right. We got it all out. Almost a 2-hour show tonight.
3, almost a 2.
Why does mine say 1 hour and 46 minutes? Almost 3 hours?
No. It say 2 hours and 48 minutes and 40 seconds.
I guess you're right, because we started at 8, 9. Yeah, you're right.
I know.
We need our own radio show. We really can talk.
We really do. Why not? Anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you Friday.
Bye, guys.
They say that something's so offensive, but only if you get offended. I can't offend you without your permission, and you don't even have to listen. They say that something's so offensive, but only if you get offended.